Well, okay. Hi, everybody on only YouTube, apparently, because my stream is not. I tried changing all my settings to stream differently to Twitch, and apparently the RTMP servers are an invalid URL. So that's not good. So I'm not streaming to Twitch right now. But yeah, hi. This is fun. This is streaming for you. Also, the place is a complete disaster because I'm still unpacking from CES. And I don't know if I'm going to have to end this stream and start it up again. I guess so, if I want to stream to Twitch. And I do still have my... Man, and you know, it's crazy because I wanted to stream at a much higher quality to YouTube. I'm using Atom, which is, I mean, Harris Heller talks about it a lot. And it is, I mean, the layout is really cool. In fact, here, I'll show you guys. It's going to do a little bit of eternity kind of thing into the background. But here you go. Might look kind of crazy. Okay, that is kind of crazy. But yeah, you see here on the right, I have my Twitch stream. And on the left, I have my YouTube stream. And sorry about the eternal sort of void there, but that's what that is. Also, I didn't even start playing my music. Sure, there you go. So I'm not sure what to do because whenever I try to hit go live, yeah, invalid path or connection URL. I got that URL directly from Twitch. So I don't know. Let me please invoke the almighty Addy. Please help me, brother. You've never come into my stream before, but we have chatted a lot. Well, not a lot, but we have chatted a few times. Help me somehow. That's Epos Vox, and he's awesome. Nutty, where are you out there? Can you help me out? He's not here. I actually met him for the first time at TwitchCon. Okay. Well. Yes. Okay. Cool. So, the main reason, just to explain this to you guys, the main reason I actually switched that over to Atom is because it's free. And I've been sort of, I had a thing where I set up a bunch of free plugins and stuff a long time ago, but then I stepped away from that because I didn't need to do anything crazy in OBS because I had Motion Studio. That already does all the crazy stuff. Yo, Dean, thank you for the $10 super chat. I appreciate it. I know I haven't checked in yet with chat, but that's because Twitch chat is completely... There are people who just like watching on Twitch. It's just what they prefer. And they're not... I like to cater to both. Twitch is what got me into all this stuff. Not into computers, but into sharing my love for them. But thank you for the news for the sub. I appreciate that. And for the super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Chief Huncho. Rejoining the queue, I ended up buying a PC case. So I'm doing a build sooner than I thought. Well, keep in mind, the new GPUs have been announced, but they have not launched yet. That's happening. And we're getting the 4070 Super very soon. I guess maybe it's live because I watched Gamers Nexus's review of it. But the 4070 Ti Super and 4080 Super. I know the 4080 Super is the 29th of January. That's when that's launching. So as it usually goes, we have a little bit of wait time before you can actually buy anything. And then for people getting from an SI, there's even a little bit more wait time until they get their allocation. However, I will say this. It's going to be a lot easier to get one of the 40 series super cards from an SI than retail. I'm pretty sure they're going to be, unless they I mean, judging by what I've been told by people close to the issue, as they say, stock is not going to be infinite, that's for sure. So we'll see. Time to part ways with Twitch. It's not Twitch's fault, it's this plugin. Okay, for those who are not really savvy on a lot of this stuff, also for one thing, Once Twitch has the local transcoding thing going that they announced at CES, which I'm super excited about, once they have that going, then we'll be able to stream 4K 60 to Twitch later down the line. First, it's going to be 1080p and 720p, 480p, all that. All of those down the line is going to be transcoded locally on the PC, and then you don't, like, all of you guys, whether you're watching someone who is a noob at streaming or an affiliate or a partner, you'll be able to watch in whatever one of those resolutions is best for you. And if it's in AV1, which is how they're going to allow for AV1 encoding, they're going to let you do it instead of them having to get all that. It's expensive, man. Transcoding cards are expensive, and systems are expensive, and they bought all of the ones that they have years ago in a massive bulk purchase. So swapping that out just because of tech changes is not, it's untenable to do it all the time like that. You can't do it every time there's a new codec. And the AV1 encoding is a hardware thing. Well, crap. I don't know what to do here. Streaming is enabled. Yeah. Okay. Server is exactly what it should be. No, those are YouTube servers. Let's see again what it says. And I'm just gonna, it's probably a known issue. All right, let me look this up real quick. So we're gonna get to the list, guys, pretty soon here. We also got to talk about CES. We got to talk about how well that went, because aside from some issues that arose, it went incredibly well. And 2024 is going to be the biggest year this channel has ever seen, and there's going to be so much helpful content. You're just going to poop yourself. Okay, like not literally, but you're going to figuratively poop yourselves. And if you literally do, I take zero blame for it. You've been warned. Review the URL. Are you sure? Really? That's your solution? Cool. Thank you. You know what? I'll bet I know. I bet I know. Maybe I know what it is. Give me a second. Nope, that was not it. Yeah, that's correct. So the whole point of Atom originally actually was that, so this is the plugin I'm using in OBS to allow me to stream to multiple platforms. But the original point of Atom was to give you a thing where you could stream both. You could have different streams, different setups and scenes and all that. Because if you just take a slice out of your stream from the center to stream to vertical, your TikTok, your Instagram, whatever, you're gonna lose out on a whole bunch of other stuff. And this allows you to set up separate scenes to incorporate things differently and stream to multiple platforms from one OBS instance, right? But it's just not, it's not working. It's just not working. It's just saying the URL is invalid. So what I might have to do is end the stream, restart it using Restream for now, and then just troubleshoot this before Thursday. I think that's what I need to do. I thought I had everything absolutely correct, and I did not. So that's unfortunate because I had some really cool stuff going on the Twitch side of things that was more geared towards Twitch, like showing the chat on screen and stuff like that, which I guess I could do here too, but I would have to have I would have to have a separate overlay thing, which I can supposedly do with ATM, but it's just not working. Anyway, let's check out what chat's saying. Right there, Kilo t-shirt design. Love me some Gundams. So this is actually, you got NVIDIA and AMD. This is merch from Nerd on a Budget. Nerd on a Budget is awesome. You should definitely subscribe to their channel, especially if you're one of those, like me. But that was for Dave's Dimension. Yes. Is building a PC by yourself harder than building a car? No, it's not. Not at all. There's no way. That's impossible. It is not. No, not at all. Also, it can rarely kill you if you do it wrong. I say rarely because you are running mains power through it, I guess. But yeah, it's the odds are way lower. Hello. I hope everyone's doing good. Hope you're doing good, Dave. Okay. 27 watching on YouTube, 6 likes, smash that button. Yeah, I mean, Alucard, I think you missed the whole explanation of that, but also you may have already acknowledged it. But yeah, that's why it's not working, is because I'm getting an error with the new way I'm trying to run this. So it may be time to go ahead and I'm going to stop the stream for a minute and then see if I can restart it. But I have to connect to restream. So give me a second, guys. All right, do not go anywhere. I'll be right back. Okay. This is probably going to be bad. I might have to create a new stream on YouTube. But yeah. Crap. Wait a minute. What if I try to do it here? No, that won't work. Let me answer these questions, I guess, real quick. First, okay. iBuyPower shows, Henry Achilles says, iBuyPower shows 4070 Super is pre-order. Makes sense. Man, I hope there's enough supply for that. But iBuyPower is big enough to get themselves a really nice allocation, so they should be good. Plus, you got to watch third-party reviews, and the review from Gamers Nexus is out. Go watch it, because it does the things it says it's supposed to do. Generally across the board, about a 15% increase from the 4070. That doesn't mean upgrade if you have a 4070. You're already fine. Like, that's 15%. It's not across. It's not. That's an average-ish. Okay. Yeah, but in some cases, I mean, it's beating numbers from, beating some benchmarks from the 3080 Ti from last generation, that's a kind of generational leap in performance you want to see. But even if you have a 3070, you shouldn't necessarily jump up to a 4070 Super. So, can't wait to see it built. What? Huh? Job reviews this week. Began to order my parts from PC build. Very cool, Dave. Jay the Grappler, good evening. Just received my PC from Alexander PCs. You gotta document that. Take pictures of how it is, all of that. Show everybody in the SI testimonials what your experience is like, and share that, because that's a really good time. But congratulations. Alucard says need to flip at least one build. I think I need to sell a couple PCs. Because there's some of them where I had like, seriously, CES was way more expensive than it needed to be, and I'm like in dire straits now, and I'm like, So, but there's some that I'm holding on to, like, for one thing, it's not exactly easy to do a lot of giveaways because there's a lot to them, and then shipping things out and then all of that is pretty difficult to do. I generally need backing from one SI or another to do giveaways, regularly, but there should be a bunch of them this year, so stay tuned for that. But there's a few that I probably wouldn't give away. Like, maybe they're like not really worth shipping as much. They're like maybe older PCs. So what I would probably do is sell those for a reasonable price in the South Texas area here, and that's going to fund me doing more content, getting more gear, things like that, because I'm really kind of dead in the water right now from that. Anyways, checked out Gamers Next this morning. Jason Sense covered the cards at 2 as well. I haven't seen his video yet. I haven't had much time for watching stuff today. Can I see the list of people so far? Yes. No. Not just this second. We're going to come back online in a minute. You'll see that in a second. I'm just catching up with this. About to order the Shiva 2. Thanks, Bray. Don't forget to use code SWARM, SWARM. But good. I'm glad you found what you wanted. If you're confident with your purchase, then I am not needed here. And hopefully the content helped enough to get you where you want to be. Just make sure if your budget is around $2,000 or more that you're getting something that has, you know, if the newer cards are right for you, you may want to wait a bit till those are launched. What's your thought on NZXT pre-build? My first gaming PC I'm thinking about getting for a Creator 1 Prime. That's not how this works. You need to go to the link in the description of the stream and click it in order to give me your information. Because my thoughts on NZXT pre-builds is that they're good pre-built computers, and also there's been improvements with well, there's allegedly been improvements with their QC over there, their quality control over there when PCs are going out the door. So yeah, whether it's right for you, I don't know. You need to give me more information first. So they're good. Whether it's good for you, I'm not going to say unless I know. So that's why you fill out the form, so that I have the information to relate to you whether or not it's good for you as an individual. And besides, if you're looking at a creator PC, you're probably around the budget where you should probably wait until the new cards launch. Because if you're looking at something with like a 4080, you're going to spend a couple $100 more and get a little bit less performance than if you wait for the 4080 Super to launch at the end of this month. So more money, less performance. Not that 4080s are bad. We just got to wait for their prices to plummet. I wouldn't recommend a 4080 at this point unless it's like $850 or $900 for the card. So even then, it's like, well, $100 more, it'll get you a few percent more performance. But really, the price drop was big. We went from a $1,200 MSRP to a $999 MSRP from 4080 to 4080 Super. So just keep an eye out, whatever your budget is. You know, it's hundreds or thousands of dollars you are spending. You owe it to yourself to give yourself some time to make sure you get the best deal possible. Anyway, we're going to end this. We're going to end it for a second. I'm going to switch over to Restream, and then we're going to pick the stream back up in just a bit. So stay tuned, guys. Don't go anywhere. Well, actually, yes. Click on the new stream when it pops up. Okay, that's going to be happening here in a second. Okay, there will be a new stream. I got to go. YouTube is the worst when it comes to just starting to stream out of nowhere. I have to go in, set up a new stream, and then link to that stream and then stream it. It's great. I love that. Thank you, YouTube. So keep an eye out. That's going to pop up here in a second, and we'll be back in like 3 minutes. All right? All right? Am I live? Is this happening? Is it the same stream? It might be. Yeah. It looks like we're still live. So that's good. You guys didn't have to go anywhere. I don't like making you do anything. I like to make things easy. And now we got to check Twitch. What's up, Twitch? How's it going, Twitch? Are you here? Because good Lord, that was way more complicated than it needed to be. Yes, they are. It is happening. Let's see if anyone shows up. Who even knows at this point? But okay. I'm gonna do a new chat pop out. But let's get down to business. It's down to brass tacks. What's up? Bears Beats and Battle Stars. Triple B. Glad to see you here. Thank you for the tier 1 sub, my friend. I appreciate that. And we're gonna get our stream elements going again. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add stream elements to this screen here. Even on YouTube, you guys are gonna see the Twitch chat right there in the thing there. It'll help you guys on YouTube to know what's happening over there, but also I've been wanting to add that kind of stuff for a while. The only thing is I can't put YouTube chat on there because Twitch does not like that. Alucard is here too. Poppy Seeds, thank you for the Prime sub. 2 month streak. Look at that. Okay, let's go into here. We're going to go ahead and pop in. Oh, Stream Elements is here. Oh, hey, there it is. I see it on screen. Sweet. It's looking a little odd, like the placement is weird. You know what? That's fine. I don't even care. Wait, what? No, didn't mean to move whatever that was. Okay, now we've got our chat right there. We should have alerts popping up as well. There we go. It's going to be more legible now. All right, neat. Now you guys can see Twitch chat. What's up, Cogs? How's it going? Welcome back. I redid the timestamp links in the sheet I could edit. Now they jump to where you start configuring the system. Like you said, too, the public sheet has the old links. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't even know which one I'm using now. I need to see that. I need to see if that copy even gets updated things. I might have messed everything up when I did that. So, yay me. Okay. Let's open a new browser window here. All right, that'll do right there. Okay. And let's get a preview window. Oh, I love this part right here. You guys remember this from the previous streams? One second. No. I've also been, so I've been going down the rabbit hole again of putting free plugins into OBS to do cool effects. And favorite guy for that kind of stuff, by the way, is Nutty. If you've ever checked out Nutty and you're getting into streaming, check out his stuff. Like you see the little animation I have going on with the with my name down there. That's like a combination of two different free plugins. A little bit of a complex one, but if you want to really get into customizing things like that without having to pay owned.tv or any of those sites, if you want to make stuff yourself, that's kind of what you have to do. Get a little bit complicated. Okay, so there's that. And then go here. There. All right, I'm getting into the sheets now so I can take a look at it. Okay. All right, so let's hop over and take a look at it. Hydrate, huh? All right, sure. What's up, Forgotten Freshness? Hey, Nal Official, what's up? All right, just got off work, ready to watch the live stream and listen to amazing music. That's what we do. I need to get a now playing widget, for sure. Tech and Tunes is always great on each stream. Glad to have you here, and thank you for your service. Yeah. A volunteer firefighter. Yeah, right. Absolutely. Alucard's right about that. Omega Internal, evening to you. Lois T, what's up, Manimal? I like that. That's good. I like that one. I'm going to steal that. A very third thing I might suggest adding later on might be a player with a current track. That's the now playing widget I just talked about. Mine could be taken off. I built a computer from one you had done. I got it built. So the system works. Omega states that the system works. That's amazing. I am only one man. You see, Manimal, that is, as you stated. So getting everyone taken care of in every stream, not necessary if I've helped out, if your needs and budget are similar to somebody else's, which is why we did what we did. Federation complete. Okay. I got the circle of patience from going on the streaming screen here, but yes, there we go. Happy to see you got quite a few positive shout outs from Roby during a CES live stream. We missed you, man. I got to be in that thing. Actually, I didn't hear any of the stuff he said other than that. What did he say about me? Gotham guy. But I don't know if you saw, but near the beginning of that stream, I was in there because we got to talk about the ROG Nook, which I'm legit excited for, okay? I've been wanting something that is, you know, portable and upgradable, right? And there is some upgradability to that because they don't solder the RAM, you know, 3 M.2 sockets on that thing, and up to the i9 and 4070 in there for traveling and editing video and streaming, things like that. If I never get to stream when I travel, but I mean, imagine that thing. Well, I mean, you need quite a power supply because it does run off, you know, an actual power supply. Be cool to set that thing up as like a portable thing for IRL streaming. Not that I would need to do that at any point. Nobody really cares, but I mean, I know I wouldn't. So Omega's good. Omega, you're off the list there. That's really cool. So if you can tell me which one that I had done previously worked for you so that I can put that link at the end of yours. I'll go resub on Twitch. BRB says AB. When was that? Guess I hadn't seen that yet. Guess YouTube really screwed the pooch as usual for you. No. It's it was not. It's Atom, that the plugin that I was trying to use that messed up. It wasn't YouTube, and it could be. It's probably user error. I've never tried to set up OBS like that. So I just got to do some testing. You guys might see some streams pop up now and then when I'm just testing things to make sure they work. They'll be deleted off the channel. Won't be any VODs for them, but you might see that pop up. Don't worry. It's just me doing that. Does the APC discount include volunteer firefighters? APC's page says discount. Yeah. Right. They verify that you are what you say you are. I mean, that's it. Yeah. Lois Key says, I used everything I learned watching here to piece my own rig together, still running strong after a year, and I'm extremely happy with what I was able to put together using the recommendations of others, along with some personal help. Just want to say thanks again. You're welcome. That's awesome. At a certain point, I can't really take credit for anything the community does. The community evolved past anything I had much to do with, thanks to, primarily thanks to the techies and Cuddles. Like they saw what, you know, they saw what I was doing, they volunteered, and they ran with it. You know, man, we have a lot of people in here now. There's now 100 entries in here, not including this this one up here. Of course, that's just the headers up here, right? So it's 101. So we have 100 entries up in here right now. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So there's a lot of people in here. If you know you're on this list, I need you guys to go ahead and sound off in chat, whether it be YouTube or Twitch. If you're on Twitch, use your channel points to highlight your message and let me know you are on this list. And in YouTube, just at Breathorn, say I'm on the list. I'm hoping your name matches whatever pops up in chat whenever you say something, because otherwise it's really hard for me to verify that it's you. Like someone here put YouTube Canada as their name on YouTube. I don't know who you are. I don't know who this is. I can't possibly verify who this is. Who did this? They signed up on the 14th. That was 2 days ago. Why would they say that they are YouTube Canada? What do I do with that? Alexander PCs, that's correct. I mean, yes, I made the community, and it's funny because it all started with me opening up the tech questions thing and putting, hey, I'll answer any tech questions you might have. And it quickly grew to more than I could do alone. And then Cuddles was comfortable enough. I mean, imagine like he's you know, he's into engineering on his own, and he loves PCs already, computers. But imagine listening to the unedited hours upon hours. He's probably watched hundreds, if not thousands of hours of me talking about computers. You're going to absorb a lot. So if you get a recommendation from Mr. Cuddles, you good. That's pretty much what I would have recommended, unless things suddenly changed and he wasn't up to date on the things that suddenly changed. As AB 199725. So I'm guessing you're AB over there. Okay. And that means that you are... Where are you? What? What just happened? Okay. Who's NASA nerd? I'm also a space nerd. One of one? Where is that? Okay. Ah, so you're down here. All right. So you signed up on the 4th of January. All right. All right. Is no one else? Who else is going to sound off? Who else is here? For YouTube Canada, I suspect Cuddles. He's not the only Canadian. He's just our Canadian. Check this out. That's still a thing from when the command to join the queue used to be ! Join. And he was typing and he put just type in ! Jopin. Forgotten Freshness, Alexander PCs. They build PCs. They do. Guys, you're going to love this. Guess what we got? Finally, at CES 2024, we got a sit-down, one-on-one interview with TJ. Something he's pretty much swore he would never do because he doesn't like the spotlight. For those of you who got burned or at least were up to date with what was going on with Artesian builds back in the day, you know that as the good thing that it is whenever your CEO does not want to be a celebrity too at the same time, or an influencer. Good Lord. Do you really want someone who's a CEO to be an influencer? Like, that's what their marketing department is supposed to be. I'm NASA nerd at work now, but I will try to listen in. Well, you're on here, right there. And it looks like... Okay, so you are ahead of Star Fox. Do you do HEDT PCs? I can. The question is, what SI are you thinking about? And I mean, of course, you know the budget on those is going to be like whoop, way up there. I think maybe I need to start adding more increments to the budget because 4,000 or more does not cover HEDT. Depending. Guys, remember what I said. If you're trying to let me know that you're on the list and you're on YouTube, put @Breathorn, because then it puts an orange highlighted thing in your chat for me to see. Because I see that Henry Achilles said, I'm here, but I just happened to see that. Might save up for the 4070 SkyTech deal. That's what Super Lover said. Remember, the 4070 Super is coming out in a few days. I should look up those days. I should look up the dates for everything launching. But guys, did you notice like how nice the webcam looks with like just these curved edges, right? These radiused edges and the glow that changes colors and grows and shrinks. That's all free stuff. It's free stuff that you can put into OBS very easily. Then setting it up is a little difficult, but it's definitely doable with a little bit of comfort with it. Just you need to give yourself time to get comfortable with it. Okay, so far I see NASA nerd Henry Achilles. Where's Henry at? Ah, I see. You were way back here, so you should be the first one. Okay, Henry, are you able to do yours here in just a bit? And what I'll do, Cogs, is I'll go ahead and on some of these, I'm putting in like when I actually, how far into the stream I'm actually doing these. So just letting you know. Oh, I let the music loud. I'm sorry. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate that, Isaiah. Poppy Seeds, you don't want to hear me or what? Any of them will be out by the end of the month, so not long. Well, I mean, if you're wanting a 4080 Super, just know, and you want to get a pre-built, just know that they launch, and only a few partners will have them right off the bat. I happen to know that one of the partners that's going to have the 4080 Super at launch, if I'm not mistaken, is one of our one of the ones on our list for Operation Code Braithorn. So they have a code that is Meta PCs. They are one of the partners with NVIDIA. They're going to have them pretty early. It is a good song. We'll love some tips and tricks for OBS. I do want to start making content at some point soon. So, yeah, Alucard, check out Nutty. Nutty is one of my favorites for that. If you want a master class that you like pay for, and then you can start teaching other people about OBS, you go to Epos Vox. He has a master class for OBS I should probably take, considering how this stream started. For those of you who are on Twitch who are wondering why I was like 25 minutes late, I started streaming at like 8:17 or something, but I had things set up to where I could stream to both differently, not using Restream, because it costs a lot. It costs a lot after a while for all the transcoding to make. No, I won't get into that. But anyway, so I had to stop the stream and restart it. I just was responding to people first and all that. Okay, Pigeon. It's submitted as Pidge a while ago. Let's see if you were before Henry Achilles. You are. You're right before Henry Achilles. Sorry, Henry. You'll be after Pidge then. 1500. And you're by the Micro Center in Denver, Colorado. You want a parts list. Easy peasy. We'll do a parts list at that Micro Center and you'll be good to go. 1080p, white system. Okay. $1,500. And you want to use it just for gaming. Easy, easy. All right. Good, good, good. Now for Henry, yours is... Okay, so you have a high-end build. You don't want to do anything for Micro Center. You want a pre-built. And you're doing... Oh, wrong one. Wrong one. Oh. Henry is doing everything? Henry, can you explain why you've chosen all of these things? I feel like maybe we... No, I guess not. Gaming, streaming, content creation, video editing, music production, racing sim / flight sim. I will say this. With all those things, there are times when it's good to have a dedicated system for racing sim or flight sim, and then for gaming, streaming, content creation. Unless it's all supposed to be, doing all of that off of one system can be a big task. But your budget should be up to it. I mean, just the more use cases you add to your system, generally the more they'll cost. But just let me know what your actual budget is. Okay, so Pigeon, you're going to be first. So let's get that done. Let's get you going. I was probably talking about something. I don't remember what it was. So we're going to go over to Micro Center first. Micro Center in Denver, Colorado. And it's good that you're doing a parts list. You don't have to pay their build fee's pretty high. It is pretty high. I'm not gonna lie. It is compared to places like Build Redux where it's like $75, or is it $90 now? I don't know. Anyway, Denver, Colorado. Let's go. I like that they do a virtual tour. That's neat. So you can kind of plan out your route, because it is easy to get distracted at Micro Center. It's like part of the experience, I guess. So maybe you don't want to do that. Dark mode, bam. All right. Okay, so looking at this, we've got 1500. You want a white system, 1080p. You're gonna get it within a month. Now, for this 1080p, you don't need to do anything like waiting for the 4070 Super. It's what? They're like $600. It might be worth it for you to wait until Micro Center has the 4070 Super. So we'll leave the GPU as, and we'll find one to put it in there. But if you wait for the 4070 Super to launch, you might do a little better. I'm not sure what it's going to be like getting the access to that at retail. So considering you just want a game, we might want to go with a 7800X 3D. If we can find a good bundle that'll fit in with a $1,500 budget. But that is pretty pricey. The other option is going to be to go with something like a 7600 or 7600X. and upgrade later for your CPU when the next generation of AMD CPUs come out. That is known as a kitchen sink build. Ah, okay, talking about Henry's build. Snooze and that ad break. All right. How to break thorns. Apex Alpha Labs from CES. Guys, I don't know if you saw this in any coverage yet, because here's the thing. Quick little update. It turns out that Mr. Cuddles wasn't feeling very well on Sunday evening. And Apex, you'll want to know about this. Wasn't feeling very well on Sunday evening, and after getting home, he did a home COVID test, and he tested positive for COVID. So I tested myself, and I came out negative. I'm gonna have to test again in like 4 or 5 days, because you got to give it a little time. I'm not feeling super great, by the way, but I'm okay. So yeah, there was that. But that's why also another reason you haven't seen any content from CES yet. We were so busy there, and he was going everywhere, filming, getting amazing footage of everything we were doing. So he couldn't really be sitting in the hotel room like, say, Paul has Joe do when Paul's Hardware is out there at events. And I can't afford to take 3 people out there to do that, to have an editor in the hotel room and a cameraman out there taking footage. But it helped me a lot to not have to carry everything. Cuds is like, he's a buff dude. He's strong. He used to play football and all that. So he's able to carry a lot of weight, and he almost gets offended when I ask if he's okay and ask him if he needs any rest. He's like, I'm fine. I'm fine. Okay. Anyways, that's why I haven't seen any content yet, because we haven't really been able to process. We got so much good stuff. So much. But that'll be coming out soon. So search for Nutty OBS as Star Fox. Yeah. Nutty's awesome. ePost, Vox, and Nutty are OBS masters. Also, super friendly people, too. Oh, Erica Faye, how's it going? I see you there. I saw your little emote there earlier. I'm behind on chat, of course. We're going to be doing this build here. We are doing this build, yes. I feel really bad now, because Cogs is going to be like, yeah, I'll start it at the beginning of the build. And then here I am just chatting away. Okay. Let's start with... Let me ask you this question, Pigeon. I was looking at the 7600. I think the X380 is too much for what I plan on doing right now, or 7600X. Okay, well, there you go. If you're the type, I mean, you're getting a parts list, so upgrading down the line, it's gonna be easy for you, because you're doing the original build yourself anyway. After, I do want to get you guys caught up on what we achieved at CES, because it's really exciting for the future of the channel and the content that you guys are gonna love. For those of you who are like, oh man, I wish I could be the type to upgrade stuff myself in my own PC, in my pre-built, but I don't know. Anyone can be after what we're gonna be doing this year. Anybody. And you are part of that anybody. Okay, so we'll start with the 7600 and see what we have left at the end of the build, budget-wise. Now we are going with a white build, so I'm probably gonna look at a Gigabyte motherboard. They have some of the better white options there to sort of match the build. Let's see. Just not really something to have. So we got to pick ATX, so we get a full ATX build. Although you could go smaller. If ITX is something you want, you do need to let me know, because then I do change what the build looks like. Oh, cool. That just does not work. Awesome. Oh, it's only 15 items. All right, so we can go with the B650 Aero G right here. Okay, that's going to have a nice look for a white case. Or we can go with the ASRock B650 Pro RS down here, which is covered by my big dumb head right there. That's what that one looks like, more or less, very blurry. Thank you, Micro Center Photos. But the Gigabyte B650 Aero G is a good motherboard. I think I'd probably go with that one. Sorry for those of you, for those of you who are not seeing an ad right now on Twitch, thank you for being subscribed. Appreciate you. I appreciate those of you who are not subscribed either, but you can't hear that right now because you're watching an ad. I don't really have much control of the ads over there. There's only 2 of these in stock, but we're going to go ahead and select it because it's going to look good for the build. Man, it's either a sign that the CPU is well priced or a sign that motherboard prices are out of control, that the motherboard costs so much more than the CPU that goes onto it. Crazy. Crazy. We can change that stuff, though. Don't worry. All right, so we need a nice matching kit of RAM. DDR5 6000 is generally where you want to go. unless you're going to upgrade to the latest AGESA, in which case they say it's 6400, which is annoying for me, but what can I say? They still selling Kingston? I thought Kingston pulled out of Micro Center. Well, let's get our frequencies going. We'll pick 6,000 and 6,400. I'm really sad to see Kingston pull out of Micro Center because they are one of my favorite, pretty much my favorite brand for RAM. When it comes to DDR5, it's just the most stable RAM I've gotten, period. Oh, I guess the ad wasn't really playing yet. Why is it annoying? What's annoying? I don't recall what I said was annoying. I'm sorry. I don't remember what I said 20 seconds ago, so you'll have to forgive me for that. ROG is nice. Its a motherboard pricing is higher. Micro Center is nicer for CPU prices. It is. The UI of the site is a bit problematic. The site is a bit problematic. Micro Center, amazing store, terrible website. Terrible website. But I'm not a web designer. I don't do back end. I don't do any of that stuff. So it's hard for me to really criticize them. I'll do it anyway, but just want to let you know it's hard. Now, what I want to see someone review this, that like Buildzoid or something, review this T-Create Expert. Because I think it's some really sleek looking RAM. It has a low profile, so it's good for air coolers, which we don't have to just go with an air cooler here because we're not looking at that $100 price increase for the build fee just for getting a liquid cooler here, which is nice. But Tech Notice, I believe, reviewed it. Oh, okay. Still Matic, first time chat. That's a big chat for the first time. But let's see. I have a 7800X3D on the way, along with some Corsair Vengeance DDR5 RAM, 32 gig, 6000. I was reading that the max supported RAM speed on CPU is... No, don't worry about that. AMD will tell you that the max supported RAM is 5200 mega transfers per second, and then they'll tell you that 6000 is a sweet spot. So ignore that. You should just be able to turn on Expo for that. Now make sure when you get AMD, you do want to get RAM that says Expo on it. I don't think I've been really double checking that when I've been recommending RAM, and that's on me. That's my bad. So let's take a look at this RAM right here. I don't know if they list it. DDR5 6000 CL34 is really good though. I love this track. It's so good. Intel XMP. Damn it. All right. Well, okay. That's why I checked. Can I put in the word Expo? The search function is not... Oh, wow! Wow! Okay. Alrighty then. It's just never in any of the product descriptions. Can we all agree that that's incredibly dumb? Like, how do you... And there's nothing here to sort through them. Wait. There is. Oh my God, they have it. Thank goodness. Micro Center. I am pleased. But they got rid of my things that I clicked here. And the only kits that'll be color matching would be the Trident Z5. I know some people have said they had a decent experience with it. I am nonplussed with the experience I had with it. So... But it was a really early kit of DDR5 6000. So, yeah. Might be better now. Yeah, this is much lower latency than what I had. So, and the price, $129? And it's Z5 Neo RGB? Let's do it. The people who've been telling me that they've had a good experience with it probably got newer kits than the one I had. I had mine back from when this kit was shipped to me when if you remember the AVA Direct system. So that was when 7000 series Ryzen was launching in like late 2022. It's really annoying, but you got to pick the motherboard first and go through the QVL and search the kit PN in Newegg. I would rather not go to Newegg and put Newegg in front of you guys. I'd rather just go to the motherboard website and look through their QVL. But G-Skill is going to be on there. They're going to be on there. G-Skill is one of the biggest brands of memory. So very likely this is on there. Okay. Video card. Let's see what we got. Now, you are just doing a gaming PC here, and you're doing 1080p. We could go AMD very easily on the GPU, like this RX 7800 right here for $589. Would look amazing in there. Also, there's the Sapphire Technology RX 7800 XT Pure as well. Man, look at this. Look at this. 4070, 669.99. Nice, I guess, but not really. But those prices are going to have to drop, man. They're going to have to drop. Ugh, geez. What are we at on budget so far? We're at 569. Again. Nice. Yeah, true. Even if they go down a little bit, I'll be happy. Yeah, not sure what I was talking about there, but I do get what you're saying. 7700X for start, since there's a bundle with the motherboard. I mean, it is just a parts list, so that's true. What mostly black ATX B550 and or X570 MOBO would you recommend for under $200? Double up. I think that was meant for your Google search bar rather than my stream, because I don't have that memorized. I haven't looked at AM4 motherboards for a long time. I have no idea. Yeah, I don't have the details on all of those boards memorized. I also don't know what your use case is, whether you're streaming and just streaming and gaming only, racing sim, so you need a lot of USB. I don't know. So, yeah, not really a off the top of my head kind of question. I have AMD right now though, and I'm using XMP on AM4. Sure, I mean it might work. Expo is just more likely to work. Anyway. Go back to what we were doing. I would think for a 1080p gaming system, 7800 XT would be fine. We just got to figure out which of these you like more. Okay, Pigeon? So there's this one here. Let's go ahead. They changed something here. It's not showing me how the link like it used to. Not new window, idiot. That's my bad. Okay, let's get a good look at these cards, because both Power Color and Sapphire make really good GPUs. So there's this one right here. Okay, that's got more of a, definitely more, I think more of a gamer aesthetic. But if you're looking for something a little bit more, a little bit more stealthy, although this may have RGB on the, oh, that's sick. Is this the one that one of you guys was telling? They even have a white PCIe bracket. Oh, man, the dedication to the aesthetic. Okay. I think this might be the one where there's a button you press to change the color. I'm not sure. With UEFI updates, it's less of an issue, but still crops up from time to time. I err on the cautious side, though. Master Apex says 16,971 PCs and counting. Wow. Okay. Toaster, thank you for the tier 1 sub. What's up, Toast with the most? How's it going? But not surprising. That number of PCs, not surprising. But so, I forgot. I didn't finish telling the story. So Apex Alpha Labs They're the ones who, if you saw any coverage of the Deepcool booth, they built a spider robot PC there. Just absolutely, you gotta go follow them on Twitter. Give them a follow and all of that, because they make some really cool. What's your platform actually? What's your main platform? If you would, go ahead and DM Alucard the whichever link you want to send people to check out your stuff, and Alucard can post that link in the chat. I don't know, man. I would say this one looks sick. 100% power color. Okay, cool. All right, well, that decided it. There we go. Select. There's 3 of those in stock, so it's questionable whether they have it. I hope they do. Either way, you know you have a good option for a white GPU. And that was dual 8-pin PCIe power. IG and Facebook and your own website. Okay, yeah, go ahead, and I'm sure your website links people to your Facebook and your Instagram. Go ahead and give that link over to Alucard. And, it switches to either white or blue. Okay. I mean, white's going to be monochromatic, so that's good. Let's get your storage, 2 terabytes. What are we looking at now? 1159. All right, we still got a lot of room to move here, a lot of room to mess around. 2 terabyte Performance Plus. Yep. Just to give you a little bit more information on these, there's your speeds. I feel like that's different from what I was expecting. Did that change? Performance Plus. This is the Inland Performance Plus. So this is PCIe Gen 4 speeds. They're not the highest ones. And I thought the Performance Plus was a little higher than this. Let's go back in this and change it. See if there's another version of it. Because if you look at, like, say, this one, yeah, speeds of up to 7,000 megabytes per second. Read speeds. What the heck? Yeah, wait, what? Oh, it's an old description probably. Never mind. You're getting perfectly good speeds here. 7,000 megabyte per second sequential read speeds and 6,850 megabyte per second sequential write speeds. So there you go. That one is fine. No need to change anything there. So let's select it again. And 2 terabytes, and that's $129.99. There you have it. Okay, case time. Case time. This is where your choice is very important. You chose a white case, but is there a specific case you had in mind? You can go with the King 95, which is a newer one from Montech. Very cool. I don't know, actually, if Micro Center has much in the way of deep cool, especially not any of their newer stuff, which is unfortunate because, man, wait till you see that video. That's going to be a good one. But Apex Alpha Labs is in the video where we toured Deep Cool. So, been lacking on the streaming and YouTube. You need to fix that. I'm just saying. Even if it's just build montages, you know, something like that. Love that stuff. Okay, so let's go here. Let's choose our color. We want a white case. Yo, heavy hitter, how's it going? Getting a gaming PC on the 22nd. i5 13600K CPU. I mean, that's going to depend on your power delivery on the motherboard and on your cooling. Make sure that you have more cooling than you would need otherwise. You can go with a solid tower cooler on the 13600K, no problem. But if you're going to be overclocking it, you're probably going to want some kind of liquid cooling or a beefier tower, like dual tower cooler, that kind of thing. Okay. Oh, they got the O11 Vision, but that's expensive. Well, it's actually, no. The O11 Vision is $150. It's the fact that it comes with 0 fans that makes it expensive. Hey, Alucard, what time is it? There you go. They got Street Fighter Cooler Master cases. That's the Ryu one right there. It's pretty sick. It's funny because the TD500 is not a new case design. It's an older case from them at this point. Relatively speaking. There's the Landcool 206. It's not bad. Nice and there he goes. 4 kids and back-to-back builds have made it hard to make/edit videos. I won't deny that. I know that for sure. Or Chaos, just DDU in safe mode. That's all I needed to do when I swapped my from NVIDIA to AMD. Yep. That DDU is a utility for removing display drivers. literally display driver uninstaller, pretty much. Forgotten Freshness says have 7900X CPU G skills. It's 5. Oh, that's why Orcast said that. Okay. Hey, Braithorn, is it hard to get a snow build or find parts for it? It can be, yeah. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. Depends on the parts. V4V says, I'm hoping inflation calms down and pre-builds will be less expensive next year, as well as groceries. Inflation doesn't always hit pre-builds as much. Look at the shortages. Way back when. I have a pretty small desk, unfortunately, so something I can maximize space would be great. Ah, okay. See, if I'd known that earlier, I would have put you on a small form factor build. I should probably say that. Do you need a small PC or is a large PC okay? That might need to be added to the form. I would say probably the Montech Sky 2 is a decent mid-size tower. It's a smaller mid-tower case. 011 Air Mini has the biggest part about it is probably the footprint. Oh, they got the all-white and SOP one. That is a nice case. They are redoing that, but would you wall mount your PC? Because you could take a Core P6 and wall mount it. It's very expensive though, but you could. All right, I would say the Sky 2. How does that look to you? You'll love the power color. Has the switch goes either blue or amethyst purple. See, I was told just recently that it was blue or white. So is it blue, amethyst purple, or white, or is it blue or white? The black version is blue or purple. Okay, that makes more sense. Hey, there you go. Nice. Everybody click that link and go follow Apex at different things where you can follow. Hi, I found you today. We're leaving to go to Vegas. I didn't make the list then. I was wondering if I made the list today. Well, if you're on the list, Mrs. Bat89, you're on the list. It's just whether you're here or not when we get to your name. And if you're not, then we keep you on the list until you are. Yeah, that looks great. Heck yeah, it does. I love this case. I really do. It was quite nice. And it includes, by the way, all three of these fans. Here, let me go back to this. But these three fans, 1, 2, and 3, are all reverse flow fans. So you get to see the pretty side of the fan while also getting that lovely airflow. Now, they only seem to have one in stock here. So you may need to, if they don't have it when you go, you may need to take a different case. But they can definitely help you out with that. And one that I would probably recommend if you want a smaller one would be the Landcool 205. Where was that? I saw it here earlier. Right there. Oh, 206, my bad. Landcool 206. Right there. Okay, that is a nice small case as well. And it comes with 2 front fans, just not a rear fan. The Montech's going to come with more fans. But okay. All right, we're almost done. Power supply and CPU cooler. Ooh, okay. I'm going to have to change something because that's a little bit high. Oh, I should change the... Well, here's the thing. And I think Alucard, you brought it up, right? I think you said 7700X because there's a bundle, but the bundle doesn't let you choose your motherboard. Like, there's usually a black motherboard, black RAM, all that. But we might need to do a bundle. We'll look at those once let's just pick our power supply and our CPU cooler, and we'll go from there. PS750, PSM7. How do I have the... There it is. GSM, GFM, and PSX GFM. That's BSM, so that's not the one on the list, unfortunately. There are three, though. There's the BSM white, and that is under speculative position. Okay, so this one's too new for them to have a positioning. I'm pretty sure power spec is going to be one of the, because these are recommended for more low-end builds. But there's nothing great out here stating that, like, there's nothing here that's like, don't do it, don't buy it, that kind of thing. Well, okay, well, it's speculative, but I mean, 750 watts for 75 bucks. That should carry a 7800 XT. All right, that should do okay. There's not as much headroom as I might like. 850 watts would be safer. But oops, that's what happens when I do that every time. That's me. Okay, what other options do we have? Let's go from first we're going to turn off compatibility filter. We'll select 850 and go price lowest to highest, and then verify it against the PSU tier list. These are the parts that make these builds take longer. Right there on a good PSU that's on the budget side that I use a lot is a Segotep GM7 850 ATX3 PSUs. Segotep GM7. This is a GM series, Platinum GM. That's under speculative position. Oops, but it is mid-range. They do call it mid-range. Okay, so we can't place it, and it doesn't have gold or anything, but it's not grayed out, or it doesn't have anything stating that it's not under the low priority or like D tier or E tier. You know what I mean? It's in the B tier. So basically, when they say speculative position, they're speculating that it will be under B tier for a GM. That's good. Let's see if they have it, though, because this whole thing is, the whole point is to be able to get it from Micro Center, get everything from one spot. Nope, not here. I do know let me see. Let me get back to what I was doing. So we did 800 to 899 watts and price lowest to highest. And then we were going to verify. So Thermaltake Tough Power GFA3. The MPG, the A number G series of power supplies is usually quite good. Let's see. A850G. Probably speculative. Ooh. Oh, okay. Why isn't it showing up? It's not being highlighted. It says there's 3 instances of that term here, but I don't see it. What if I go up here? Yeah, it's not highlighting it. It says it's in here 3 times. All right, let's try MSI. Okay, so they specifically state the non-PCI E5 is a Tier A high-end gold rating right here. So cool, but where are the PCI E5s? Those are speculative position under Tier A high-end because that's for the A through G. So A-G means anything A number G. So it's speculated to be high-end. And it's 104 bucks. 100 watts more. And fully modular, You don't need the PCIe Gen 5 connector. You don't need a 12 bhp PWR connector because we're going with an AMD GPU. But this thing is probably one of the best values if their speculative position turns out to be correct. These guys know power supplies. That's this way I come here. I take that responsibility off my own shoulders and put it on theirs. And it's only $5 more than the power spec equivalent here. And these don't, this one does have PCIe 5.0 and ATX 3.0. Although now, guys, ATX 3.1 is the new hotness, and that's the, what is it? 12 volt by 6 by 2, whatever they call it, man. It's crazy. I don't know. We're gonna go and select that one. So it's really, really high-end 850 watt power supply, according to them. Speculative tier B for Segotep, but I've had zero issues for $80 each. It's just not available here. That's the problem. Pigeon, can we turn the music down a little? Sure. Ah, dang it. I did it again. That was for Alucard. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Alucard. I'm not blaming you. It's because it was montage time. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. I'm really bad about that. I need to have it on one of my sliders here on my Rodecaster Pro too, but I don't have it on there. It's just I have to go into OBS and change it. At least the music's really good, right? Sorry. Anyway, and then the CPU cooler. What we're probably going to end up doing is putting you on a bundle for the CPU, motherboard, and RAM. They won't be as aesthetically pleasing with the white build, but your GPU is kind of a bigger deal there, and so will your cooler. So will it be. So your cooler will be as well. There we go. I said it correctly now. Do they carry deep cool? And right here, I would probably turn the music back up. Oops. They do. Okay, 360 millimeter top internal for radiator. There you go. Just verifying. I was pretty sure, but pretty sure isn't always good enough. Do they have a white one, though? There it is. LS720. Listen, guys, when you have system integrators who live or die by their RMAs and their failure rates, when they recommend an AIO, you know it's good. And a lot of them use deep cool, including iBuyPower, who they have the highest volume of sales of any system integrator in North America. If they need to look for things that are well priced, but also very performant. Deep cool does both of those things, and they do them very well. Bam. The thing is, I'm a little salty that they're not coming out with a white version of their new AIOs that are coming out with screens, because they're pricing them so well, but they're not going to have a white version of it. A lot of people want that, man. I'm not making that up. They've never failed me. I use them on Threadrippers. Got an extra Threadripper lying around? I still have it. I can't justify to AMD to seed a Threadripper build with any SIs for me. I just can't justify it, man. It's too expensive for them. And there's not as big of an audience for HEDT as there is for everything else. So they have to go to the enthusiast channels. I mean, I'm pretty sure just knowing Kelt. By the way, guys, I met Kelt Reeves for the first time of Falcon Northwest at CES, and he's he's exactly what I expected. Just very nerdy, still very enthusiastic about what he does. He just, he dragged me over to the AMD booth to show off the Threadripper build they had there, and proceeded to tell me all the difficulties they had with setting it up, but they got it done and it works and it's great. I'm pretty sure if I told him, hey, I want you to send me this thing, he would, but I can't do that with Threadripper. It's just too expensive. Got a 3990X just chilling. You see, and again, I couldn't justify being like, yo, let me send you this thing. You can check it out. You send me that, and I'll just throw together a quick little editing rig, you know, because that would still probably beat for editing, because that's the 3990X. Is that the 64 core? Sorry, it's I haven't thought about those in a while. That thing would be nuts for editing to this day, still. But I can't, you know, the motherboards are very expensive still, and can't really justify it. There's your build. Let's go look for, real quick, we're going to look at 7700X, you said, Alucard? Okay, there's a bundle right there, $399. So let's check out what our total is with CPU, motherboard, and RAM currently, and we'll compare it to this. So, yes, calculator. I don't care. I'm just gonna. I don't want to be wrong. 180 plus 260 plus 130. You'd be saving $130, $170, excuse me, compared to this. And you're still getting 6,000 megatransfers per second RAM, CL36, and a motherboard, because it's just a gaming PC, has everything you need. And you're also getting 2 extra cores. Versus the 7600, 7700X is faster, has more cores, and you're saving $170. So we got to change to these parts on the motherboard and RAM, and then you're done. I know the motherboard looks nicer. I know. And we're at $1619 though. We're $120 over. This is how we get under budget. Bray, do you have your eyes on any of the recent monitors just released? Juice, I absolutely do. I know, actually, dude, MSI was so cool this time around. I couldn't get an appointment with them unless CES, or I didn't set it up properly, and I didn't really get to see their stuff. But this time around, we got the whole tour. We have 2 tour videos there. One is on the laptop side, which I never cover. Also, we looked at the Claw during that one. But the other one is just all of it. They have a bunch of pre-builts that look really good, and their motherboards are great. Like their Project Zero motherboard has so much rear I/O. It's insane. That's a big thing for me. I'm obsessed with it because I stream and I have a lot of devices that I connect. Anyway, let's change these out. Bam, go here. I'll change that. Do this. Just put that whole thing in there. Motherboard should pop up right there. There it is. Thank you very much. Oh, 0 in stock. How the heck are we supposed to get a bundle then? How are you supposed to... Oh, hold on. B650-P Pro Wi-Fi. Is this the one? How are they selling this bundle? It's 0 in stock. It's sold out. It's sold out. Okay. Well, crap. Hi. How are you guys doing? I didn't see that. I didn't notice that. This is right there. You might be able to order it through them, I guess. How about the RAM? They'll have the RAM. They have RAM like by the gallons, okay? I know you don't measure it by liquid, but like still. Yeah. I like seeing their old RAM prices here. $270 for this kit. DDR5 is so much cheaper now. Got a B650 MSI and a 7700X for $299 yesterday. Sweet. Micro Center comes in clutch. So you live near a Micro Center? I do not. But I will say this. Quick side note. A lot of people will get a lot of swag and stuff going to CES. I generally don't. I'm usually already like asking people for their time, and I'm not a huge channel, so that's where I put the value. But I did see my buddy from Kingston over there, Jake, and I was like, hey man, I had a 64 gig kit for my editing PC, and it's just not reliable anymore. So I had to switch to a Kingston kit that's 32 gigs. It's reliable, but I do big editing projects with a lot of complex effects and things like that. He's like, oh, okay, hold on. and just reaches into his bag, and he pulls out this kit right here. This is 96 gigs of DDR5 6400. These are the 48 gig sticks. This is not cheap. This is not cheap. And he's like, there you go. This is why I'm sad that Kingston is pulling out of Micro Center. Like, even though that's not cheap, it would be cheaper and just as performant as other brands. Jake is the best. So you know Jake? Yeah, he's seriously the best. He's just the coolest dude. But I've been like pining for a kit like that for the longest time. At least you can find combos on Amazon from Micro Center. So that's an option for you, Pigeon. I mean, you can, since you're doing a parts list, you can get these anywhere. You don't have to get them from Micro Center. Let's look through the lower priced motherboards, because we don't want to cheap out on your cooling, and Deepcool already has a really good value here for $115 with RGB fans and a really nice looking CPU block on there. I would not change this. The power supply, there's a power supply that would be like $30 cheaper, but it'd be 100 watts less power. I wouldn't do that for a 7800 XT and the 7700X. I wouldn't necessarily do that. I usually like to give you a lot of headroom for future upgrades. So 850 watts is what I wanted to go with. And this right here is speculated to be a tier A power supply. So by the PSU cultists tier list. All right. You don't start a cult about something unless you're really obsessed with it. So that's who they are. The Montek Sky 2, $109. We can go cheaper than that. But you did seem to really like this case. And it comes with fans. You get a cheaper case, it doesn't come with fans. You're going to end up spending the same or more. But, I mean, there's like the H5 Flow would be $15 cheaper. That is a good case. And it is decently small. It's not huge. Let's see. There's a Landcool 206 is more expensive, or about the same price. Well, it's more expensive actually. Let's go priced low to high. Landcool 215 for $85. I mean, yeah. Here's the downside of the Landcool 215, okay? I know we're spending a lot of time on this one build. It usually starts like this. It's like the first pancake, right? You got to take your time with it. It might come out a little toasty, but you know, that's just how it is. Where is it? You know I have one here. Where are you? Where is it? Anyway, there's something you can do. So the downside to the Landcool 215, I mean, the good thing about it, you have these huge 200 millimeter RGB fans in the front, really nice mesh on the front. But the downside is it doesn't have a front panel USB-C connector. So what you can get is you can get one that's for the rear panel, for the PCIe brackets, and it just plugs into that same header, and you just mount it where your other PCIe stuff goes. It's really cheap. It's like 15, 20 bucks off of Amazon. So this is a really nice looking case. Let me know if this build is okay for my son is 16. Any build you can afford that will game is good. What's toasty? Did y'all not see each other before? 850 watt is the way to go for future upgrades. Yeah, lower restricts you too much. 750 is fine for this build. I just like to have a little more headroom. So I'm looking. The bundle is sick though. Would love that. Would love to, but it's sold out at the Denver store. It is, yeah. And the whole point of having Micro Center, I mean, why would you go to another one? Maybe they could like ship between stores. Here's the thing. Just go ask them. Be like, look, I would rather have this bundle and go with the Montek Sky 2 rather than the Landcool 215. We're picking this one just because I'm trying to get this closer to the budget. Look at that. Already we're down to 1554. That's with the motherboard that's not in stock, so we're going to change that to one that is. So we're going to go to here and go to price low to high. And the ASRock B650 Pro RS. Listen, I know those of you out there who spend a lot of time in your BIOS, okay? You might be like, ASRock BIOS doesn't look good. Yeah, but it has literally every feature that they have in every BIOS. And I know I say BIOS, and like if you watch LTT, they're like BIOS. It makes no sense to me. I don't like saying it like that. But anyways, $159.99. Let's take a look at it real quick. It's a nice looking motherboard. It is a nice looking motherboard. Need to close some of these already. Jeez. Anyway, okay. Yeah, it's a nice looking motherboard. What does that rear I/O look like? That's more I/O than you could possibly need for a strictly gaming PC, but it is limited on some of the speeds. You have a lot of USB 2.0 ports on here. But for just a gaming PC, that's fine. You have a USB Type-C. You have your 6 USB 2.0s. So you're going to have your headset, your mouse, your keyboard, all that stuff. Just work it, use those. And then for your fast ones, if you have any, external storage, things like that, that's what you use it for. 2.5 gig Ethernet. I didn't check something important here. Something really important. Do you need Wi-Fi? Yes. It does not have Wi-Fi. So that's the thing. But you can get a PCIe Wi-Fi card and add it to that. Damn. Does not have Wi-Fi included. The motherboards that do are usually a little bit more expensive. The Aero G does have it. Ooh, they got the Tai Chi Carrera. Look at this thing for white builds. Ah, dude, Apex, I always wanted to do a white build, like marbled themed like that, with like the marble finish, and get the Tai Chi Carrera. But I'm not known for doing PC mods and builds and things like that. I want to be. Like, that's where I would have gone if I had any choice of content. But not enough content in pre-builds. So this is where I need to be. But anyways, Joseph Huckins, how's it going? What's up with you? Orange on orange is just chef's kiss. Picked up, Live Mixer B650 motherboard. I love the Live Mixer boards. That purple one, oof. That's the Intel one, I think. But like, purple is my color, man. That's my jam. All right. Well, for the motherboard, what we'll do is you need Wi-Fi. 0 of those. That's the one we would have gotten. See, the one we would have gotten would have had Wi-Fi. So here's the thing. Here's what you need to do, okay? We can put you back on the Montech Sky 2 case. Go there and see if they can order you that bundle from another Micro Center. Because it's in-store only, but what about between Micro Centers? You know? Actually, Pigeon, when you go with smaller motherboards, sometimes they're more expensive for having the same specs because you're miniaturizing. But then you have something like this, B650M Aorus Elite AX with AX Wi-Fi included right there. And it's $189. And let's see, these don't have Wi-Fi. None of these have Wi-Fi. This one doesn't have Wi-Fi. But once you get up to this $189 price, yeah, you do have it. The thing is, I wouldn't put an MATX motherboard in a full ATX case. That drives me out of my mind. It's not good for cable management. It's not good in general. Unless you're getting an MATX case, then you're good. And that's what you want to do. It's in the slot for 2024. Full marble look. Sweet. Purple one's is a fun one to work with. Made that in the night ride last year after PAX East. Sweet. Yeah, you see what I'm saying. I mean, if we go here and we find that I know we're spending a long time on this build, guys. I know it. You got to tell me, if y'all are thinking it, I'm thinking it too. Now, if there's a thing here to switch to max motherboard size, MATX is not even a choice because you have an ATX motherboard selected. So if we disable that, let's micro ATX. There we go. These are the cases they have that are designed for micro ATX. Lencool 205M mesh right there is a nice looking one. Heck, you could do totally liquid cooled if you go with this one here, but that's also $500. That's obviously not an option. But Montech Air 100, apparently, but that's micro ATX. That's interesting. So they do have a few, and they're not bad on price. So let's do that. Even if the motherboard's not white, that doesn't matter. Your GPU is. We just need to make sure the GPU fits. So, but we have all the resources we need to do that. So how do you do that? We're going to click on it. No, I didn't mean to do that. No, what? Okay, did we lose everything? We didn't lose anything. Okay, cool. I didn't mean to press the back button. That was my bad. Okay. So we click here, and then we will click there. Let's look at the max GPU length on this case. I mean, seriously, if you're looking for a smaller PC, this is a thing we should have done from the very beginning. Let's see. Max GPU, okay. Max video card length is 330 millimeters. Guess what we have right here? Our measurements for the GPU. Can it fit a 360 too? We need to make sure it can fit that cooler. Am I missing something here? Where are the general specifications? Physical. Here we go. 332 millimeters. Really? It's just a bit too long for that case. Because why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't it be? Okay. Well. What about this guy right here? What about you? See, it says they only have one. Max video card length, 375 millimeters. There you go. Which Newegg TikTok shop? I think. Check Newegg TikTok shop. I think I seen a B650M. I forgot what stream I was watching. Sorry. That's okay. But yeah, this one fits it. 375 millimeters on this guy. Can it fit a 360 millimeter rad though in the top? I don't know. No 360s in here at all. But we can look and see if find a 240 of the same. That should be okay for a 7700X. If I'm wrong, let me know in chat. But yeah, if you like the look of this, this is a nice small PC case, and it fully fits your GPU. So if we select this guy, there's only one in stock though. This whole thing hinges upon their stock being accurate. I don't know if I can speak to that when it comes to Micro Center. Not about the store, it's about the website. So with that, let's go to our cooler, which is down here. Change it to 240. And they don't have the deep cool. They don't have it in white. They have it in black. There's just too many little things tripping me up on this build, guys. I'm sorry. Denver, Colorado, Micro Center. Why you got to be like this? I've been hearing issues with the Galahad 2 Trinity that make me a little uncomfortable recommending it. Corsair's fine if you don't mind having to use IQ for everything. And there's two white Corsair ones. And then there's the Galahad 2 Trinity. All right. Well, I don't think we can go. I don't think we can do MATX. I don't think we can do MATX. I don't think it's going to work out. It's just too many little trip ups here. It's a little bit more niche than full ATX. I just don't think it will work out. Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing I shaved my head because I would be tearing my hair out at this point. And this is our first build of the night. I mean, I'm back from a long trip. I think that's probably the main thing here is like I'm tired. So I'm like, my brain's going in circles. That's just so like they only have one of these cases too. So that might not even be there. I don't know. We got to change this to one that's in stock. Let's do that. Let's go with this one we saw here, which was the B650 Pro RS. They only seem to have one of these in stock. I mean, this is not good. This is like making things more difficult for us. But either way, here's the thing. If they don't have it, go online and get it. You can just get it anywhere. The reason I want you to be able to get it from Micro Center, though, there's a main reason is that if there's a problem with the part, you don't have to ship it back and wait for a new one to be shipped to you. You take it, you throw it at them, and they give you a new part. So whatever you can get from Micro Center, you should, for that reason. And with this setup here, we're at $15,1992. Okay, this is not the 7700X. This is a 7600. This is not the motherboard in the bundle. This is not the RAM in the bundle. Okay, but specs like these, you know, this DDR5 6400. The reason I went with that is if you load the latest AGESA on that AMD motherboard, that's supposedly the new sweet spot for Ryzen 7000 series. Why they made that change? They did it so they could run 8,000 megatransfers per second RAM on their CPUs. That's why they did it. They should not have changed the sweet spot, though. That's a side effect, and I wish they'd never done it. But everything here is good stuff. Everything here is good stuff. The motherboard is not going to be crazy with I/O, but that's okay. You're gaming. You're just gaming. That's what you're doing. So if you're okay with this list, I'm okay with it. I'm just concerned about the stock on some of these things. I had a VTO 240 on a 7900X. Never had any issue gaming on it. Temps, so it should be good for a 7700X. Hey, Braithorn, what is the sizes of the 400D and the Asus TUF G5? Just look that up. I don't have them memorized, that's for sure. Just give it a Google. Look at both of them. Look at their overall measurements, and it'll all be listed there for you. That's not the kind of it's not really an advice thing. You're asking me for data, and I don't have all of that memorized. So I would just say do that. I've got them on 3970, 3990X TR4. Got one on there. Galahad, yeah. The Galahad Trinity's been fine for my D31 build so far. Well, there have been some that have had issues. It's one of those things where it's not all of them. And it's the kind of thing that can be updated through software, or firmware. So it should be fine. I tend to do dual rads on 12 to 14900, 7900, 7950X. 7950X, Apex, dude, throw that thing into 105 watt eco mode. It runs nearly as well with way less wattage. Yeah, 4000D. Yeah, just look up those specs. It's all going to be listed out there for you, but it's not something I have memorized. No problem. It's okay. I apologize to everybody who's been waiting. That's what I feel bad about. So I'm going to do that right there. There's a link direct to you, but it's also going to be on the list. Raw Air. I'm going to have to verify that the copy that I made, I just got to go through this and clean it up. But the benefits far outweigh any issues that it causes by having. That's just, the list is really good to have. It really is. That's the wrong color. There we go. Okay, Henry Achilles, did you wait through all of that? Are you still here? Only 91 is not good. That's 4 away from throttling. Who said 91? Look, here's something for all you guys to remember. We can go back to main camera now for a second. Here's something for all you guys to remember. CPU manufacturers have changed the game. Okay? It's not like if you want to get basically they're going for whatever max performance they can get with your cooling solution. They are designed to ramp up to max temperature if that's what happens, and then adjust frequencies from there. If you have extreme cooling, like you have custom loop or a 420 millimeter all-in-one liquid cooler, even those, you'll see things depending on the motherboard and how much power it's cramming into your CPU. Even those can get up to max temperature. So if you're seeing something like an X3D chip at around 85, 88 degrees Celsius, that's where it maxes out because they are thermally sensitive because of that 3D V-cache. If you're looking at a standard 7000 series AM5 CPU, 7000 series Ryzen CPU, that's going to be 95 degrees, where it'll max out and then adjust. If you're looking at Intel, you're probably going to hit 100 degrees whenever you're really stressing it out. But there was an interview, and I think it was it Der Bauer that did this interview? There's an interview with an Intel technician, Intel engineer, where he was like, if it's not at 100 degrees Celsius, you're not getting your max performance out of your Intel CPU. And I was like, oh, okay, that's a new paradigm. Henry Achilles is here. Cool. We're going to have fun with this build. We have fun with a lot of our builds, but let's have fun with this one too. 91C is not good long-term, but it should be fine under normal operating conditions. But that is normal operating conditions depending on the CPU. Now they're designed to run at their like max temperature and just adjust based on what your cooling capacity is with your build. We just got to face that. That's the current paradigm now. That's the meta. Is there a link to this list? There's a link to the results that I've posted on previous streams. That's in the description of the YouTube stream. By the way, guys, if you want a free way to support what I do, and you're on you're watching on something that can have more tabs, open up the other stream too. If you're on Twitch, open up the YouTube one and mute it. If you're on YouTube, open up the Twitch one and mute it. That just gives, well, I mean, mute the tab, not the stream itself, because then it doesn't count that as a view. But like, you know, you just go to the tab and then you just right click it and you go mute site if you're in Google Chrome. It should be something similar in other browsers. But it is nice that if you guys do that, because, you know, I didn't really announce this stream way ahead of time or anything, and it just helps me out with my, you know, my numbers and analytics, and it helps with the algorithms of both platforms to be like, let's promote this, let's get more people in here so more people can hear about this stuff and learn about it. Join our little community. Let's take a look here. So for your Micro Center choice, you said that there is one there. Oops. Give me a place to click that's not going to do something. Okay. You do have a Micro Center where you're at, but you don't want to get your PC from there. All right. Good. As you just saw, it is a bit of a crazy site to work with sometimes. But this is a build that is going to be the Swiss Army knife build. It's going to do everything. Gaming, streaming, content creation, video editing, music production, racing sim / flight sim. Now, for yours, though, CLX with second option. That's your choices here. What is a second option? Oh, you want a second option. Well, we'll see, because I took a long time already with the previous one. And I mean, I'd like to help out more than 2 people in this stream. Because that can take a long time. You saw how long one build took, right? And I am doing this free. So it'll probably just be one option. But let me see. 4,000 or more, what is your actual budget? Humanity says, hi, YouTube. I mean, yeah, that's where you are. The original list is not updating. Well, it's not auto updated. I have to do that manually. If you're looking at the list of where, like the list of ones that are done, that's me transferring everything over. And I was at CES. I've been gone for a week and a half. Well, not a week and a half, but I've gone for a week. I need to go in and do it myself. This is the one that auto updates when you submit. Like we had someone jump in, Flixzadva, right? They joined in. This auto updates. I mean, I guess I could make it to where you guys can look at this one, but I have a cleaned up version of results that I've gotten so far. That's already like, I don't know, 50 results, 40, 50 recommendations. I don't know. It's a bunch. 6K. Okay, go CLX. That'll make it easy. All right. So let's actually change this. It shouldn't change anything in the charts that we have, the graphs that we get from this, but there you go. I don't think this like affects those numbers in reverse, but who knows? Okay, so let's go to CLX. I think I have one here. Someone's asking if it's safe to vape by your computer. It depends. These little guys right here barely put out anything. I have a larger one. I mean, you can get residue in there. It really depends on how you position it and where you sort of exhale to. So, cool. They have the pop-up. I love those. Oh, I have a PC in the cart. I got to change that. 7% off. That's so Save 7 CLX is going to be your code. You're going to want that. You can't see it because of my head, but it's there. Let me get this one out of the cart. Okay, so we're probably going to go with the Raw here. That's like one of their higher end ones. I don't think you need it. I mean, you might want to go Hathor, considering that one has 2 PCs in it, but already you're at, well, yeah, you could do a Hathor. This is the PC that actually has an Intel NUC in it as a dedicated streaming PC. It's crazy. They were supposed to come out with a new version of this and send me one for a review. I have not kept up with them. That's on me. But yeah, you have a full Intel NUC compute unit in here. I don't know what they're going to do now that Intel's not making those anymore. Maybe they'll have to work with Asus on that. Raw NV7. Cool. Thank you for knowing what you want. Chassis, you want the NV7, and you said that you want it in black. Okay. Just move this over here. There we go. Raw NV7. There it is. See, my PC's over here. Barely anything comes out, and I exhale that way. So my PC's fine. Okay. Oh, the Sakura one is so cool. Okay. Now you're going to need fans with this. And it looks like they did add more fans, but I think it's unfortunate that though they did partner up with Fantex for the NV7, they did not get the D30 fans. I think that's a missed opportunity. But Lean Lee Unifans, SL120s, sure, if you want to go with those. Wait a minute. Why am I looking at white fans? Black fans. And they have more options than that, but they do have the Unifans if you want that. It's $324. The reason it's so much is because they consider it as, if you select a case, they consider how many fans you need. And this one apparently is 12. 12 fans. What's up, Damocles? Yeah, I learned a lot of interesting stuff. I wanted to talk about it during the stream, but we really needed to get into the list and start helping people with PCs. Do you want Lean Lee fans? Do you want Uni fans? Is that important to you? Or you just want the fans that it comes with already? I think these look a lot sleeker. Let's zoom in a bit. So that's your standard CLX fans. I think those are GAMDS fans. No, they look different from the GAMDS fans. I don't know what they are. They're fans. But I'll probably go with the Uni fans, if anything. How much do you think prices for RAM storage will increase this year? I'd probably look to, when it comes to pricing changes, check out Moore's Law is Dead, that channel. Price speculation I'm not really good with. But storage prices are going up. RAM prices, as far as I can tell, are mostly staying the same. But I could be completely wrong. The fan budget will be almost half the price of my entire PC. Yeah, I mean, well, we're looking at a $6,000 budget. So, Henry, just ask, you know what? Okay, I'm just going to select them and move on. But I am going to have questions as we go because this is a very high-end PC and I want to make sure you get the things that you want. Now, let's see. Considering our use case, we might want to go Intel here because something like a 14900K is probably the way you want to go for all of the different use cases you have. Because something like a 7950X3D would be good for content creation, but not as good. It's just not going to keep up when it comes to, I mean, when it comes to like Blender specifically, yeah, but you don't have 3D design on here as one of your things. So I'm going to go ahead and say we could go Intel. Here's the thing though, you're getting pre-built, but if you feel you're the type where you might want to upgrade your CPU down the line, you should go AMD because LGA 1700, the socket is at end of life after this generation. You got shot by DeepBot. What? What's an Intel NUC? It's NUC. It is a small PC, but some of them are customizable. I mean, when I say small, I mean like think about like PlayStation 2 Slim or whatever. That was an ad break. Cool. Apex says, I've sold a few Nooks for media playing. It's not at all recommended for anything above basic browsing or watching YouTube. Okay, this one is a very specific compute unit designed to be able to encode and run your stream. It's an incredible system. They work directly with the Intel Nook team on it. Basically, it takes the job of encoding your stream away from your main PC where you're doing your gaming or whatever. So that can just focus on gaming. It drove people crazy over at TwitchCon 2022. It was insane when they debuted it. It was nuts. So I would say Core i9, 14900K. And it's a free upgrade from the 13900KS, I guess. Interesting. I mean, they're very equivalent when it comes to performance. Depends on the Nook. Some of them are actually pretty powerful. Yeah. Apex, did you not see the ROG Nook over at Asus at CES? I know you were kind of stuck in the Deep Cool booth a lot. It's insane. It is really crazy what they did with that thing. They have standard Nooks. Yeah. The ones that I wouldn't recommend for gaming, really. For media PC or something like that, yes. But the ROG Nook, gaming, 100%. 1440p, easy. And streaming, too. Good I/O on that thing. Anyways, all right, so we got our CPU. Let's look at motherboards. For all the use cases you have, you do need a high-end motherboard with a lot of I/O. Let's see here. Info on this guy. I wish they had a picture of the rear I/O included there. So let's just do this. Wait, that's Z690 AOS Master? It is Z690. I mean, there's not a big difference between Z... Oh, it's because of this. There we go. That's the one we want to look at. Yeah, there's not a huge difference between Z690 and Z790, okay? But when it comes to RAM speeds, RAM compatibility for DDR5, it can be a pretty solid difference. So let's look through some of these higher-end options. Not the $1,200 one, thank you very much. MSI, y'all need to chill. Though the Ace is pretty nice. It's a really big step in price. I'm currently using this one for gaming, streaming, content creation, all that stuff. I can recommend it. And I'm going to show you the rear I/O. The reason I wanted this one was because of the Thunderbolt connections. Oh, that's the shopping one. Hate that. Okay. There we go. Really good I/O on this. Dual Thunderbolt 4 and 10 gig and a 10 gigabit Type C. The only thing is with the price of this thing, this should have been 10 gigabit or 2.5 gig on your Ethernet is fine for most people, but still, this is a very high-end motherboard. Wi-Fi 6E, so there you go. But there are motherboards in here that'll have like Wi-Fi 7, 10 gigabit Ethernet, yada, yada, yada. There's a Dark Hero. This thing is sick, but it's $200 more than the standard Hero. I heard the 14th gen wasn't much different from... Well, okay, it's just that the 14900K is equivalent to the 13900KS, not the 13900K. It's about equivalent to the 13900KS, and it's a free lateral move. It's a free upgrade. So, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, the conflicts you see there are going to be with like power supply and stuff. Let's check the Tai Chi. Tai Chi is always a really good motherboard. Let's take a look here. You just have a lot of use cases for your system, so I want to make sure you have enough I/O for that. Yeah, this actually has, let me see, open image new tab. Let's compare these two. Cool picture. Really nice. Very helpful. Is this a bigger, here, hold I just did that to get higher resolution photos. I'm just looking for a good solid image of the rear IO and not the white one. I think it's about the same, but forget it. All right, here's what we're doing. Going here, going there. There we go. Yes, cookies. Okay. Okay, I guess this will do. So this actually does seem to have more I/O on the back. It does have dual Thunderbolt 4/USB 4 Type-C ports. Just loses that third one, which is a slower type anyway. You have actually dual Ethernet, but it is 2.5 gig, and then I guess 1 gig Ethernet. It doesn't actually say what that other Ethernet port is speed-wise, but you do have eight fast Ethernet USB ports, 3 of them being USB 3.0, and then you have USB 3.2 Gen 2, 10 gigabit Type A ports, Wi-Fi 6E, and onboard HDMI. Then you have these 2 USB 2.0 ports at the top for your mouse and keyboard. That's a lot of I/O on here. You have 10 USB Type A ports and 2 Thunderbolt 4s. And that's a sick-looking motherboard too. It is eATX though. You have to take that into account. Don't ask me if you need Wi-Fi. That's what I ask you. And you should have answered that actually here too. You said that you do need Wi-Fi. So you answered your own question in our form. There you go. Tai Chi does go hard. The aesthetics are always just so good. So good. But I'd probably go with that one if they have it. Let's double check. Why was I even looking at that one? Wait, oh, because they do have it. That's where I found that one, because it's here. Okay. And it should be compatible with your case. What conflicts do we have? Memory, we got to change the memory. Yeah, it's the memory. Okay. We're getting to it. Don't worry, guys. Here, let's go change the memory now, so stop freaking out. They only go up to 6,000, huh? Interesting. Okay. 64 gigs, dual channel. They got Kingston, but they don't have 64. See, you're going to be doing things like video editing. Yeah, 64 gigs. It's in the budget, so why wouldn't we do it? I'd rather actually go with another brand, unless you're getting everything Corsair, and we're not. We're not getting Corsair fans. Let's look at the info on this guy right here. Our cast latency is lower than the kit I used to use. Did they not include cast latency? Well, it looks like 32. Just guessing. CLX, y'all are so good about having the manufacturer's specifications listed with your items, but you don't have timings, RAM timings. Okay. Oh well. This is fine. We'll go with this. It is 64 gigs, DDR5, 6,000. That's fine. So now we don't have any conflicts, other than the fact that this $3,500 PC comes with a 4070. Let's bump that up to a 4090. They got the Supreme Liquid. Nice. Wow, 4090 pricing is ridiculous, but that's going to happen. So this is just going to give you any 4090 they have. If you want a specific model, then it costs you more. Like the Founders Edition is an additional $1,850 over a 4070. All right, like wow. So that's like $2,500. But that's just 4090s right now. They have gotten to the point where they're also hard for SIs to get. That's just how that is. So this gives me any 4090 that they have, and they'll probably pick one that aesthetically fits nicely with the color coordination of your build. Power supply needs to be a big old chonker. Do these guys not work with Seasonic? What's the story there? Come on, guys. Okay. HX 1500i 80 plus platinum is a monster. Corsair makes good power supplies. But let's check this thing out. Let's just get this model number right here. And we're going to plug that into the PSU tier list here. It's not listed. It's not listed at all? Not even speculative positioning? Really? What if they take the I out of there? Okay. All right. It's right here. It's right here. It's because they don't have the specific model. Anything HX Platinum is gold rated tier A high end. All right. That's all I needed to know. And the HXI. So yeah, this is tippity top of the line. Adding that 4090 and that big honkin' power supply, you can see we're getting up there. But remember, you're getting 7% off of this. That is going to be a lot of money. A lot of discount. Okay. What color of cables would you like? This is for a specific power supply, though. Hold on, let me see. If we select this, it's going to tell us the conflict is with the power supply. Which one's supported? Well, that doesn't work. We can't get color cable. Not no. Okay. EVGA, EVGA. It's all EVGA. Now, where is there a problem here? Well, I love EVGA power supplies. I like most of the stuff that they have made. However, they're out of the GPU business, and there have been people, big names in the industry, questioning whether they're going to be around much longer. So that massive warranty that they put on their power supplies, who knows? We might need to skip the custom cables. What do you think about the new GPUs? I think NVIDIA is going in the right direction. Slowly, but they're going in the right direction. The new supers, other than the 4080 Super, stayed at around the same MSRP. That's good to see. As their counterparts, the previous cards. So like the 4070 Ti is reaching end of line. So is the 4080. The 4070 is going to stick around then, from what I understand. And that drops in price. And the 4080 Super is $200 less than a 4080. So that's good. I'm pretty happy. That's pretty much all of our major components. Then you've got... we need the cooler for it. Let's see here. I would say I'd like to go with the Lian Li one. If you go with anything that has a screen on it, you have to have the software for it. I really like the Fantex Glacier 1. That is a really nice looking CPU block on there. But you wouldn't be using Fantex fans. You'd be using Lian Li fans. And this doesn't have a screen on it. So it doesn't matter. You're not going to have any extra software. If you go with something like the iQ Elite LCD, you got to get iQ. It's right there in the name. And that software tries to take over everything. Joseph says, slowly, slowly. Master Apex, I got 3 EVGA PSUs in RMA and no return info. So there's that. I phased out EVGA because of future uncertainty. That's what I'm talking about. Apex, I've had a 4090 sitting here. That's the one that came in a Skytech system from before. And I've had it set aside for liquid cooling. And that project has had to be pushed back. But I'm doing a liquid cooled build with it. And I'm just looking at that thing like, selling you would solve so many of my problems right now. It's an Asus TUF 4090 just sitting there. I'd probably go here because it's a really nice looking CPU cooler and you don't have to worry about extra software. Or you can go with the one that comes with it. It's a 360. That's totally fine for the NV7. I actually really like the EK Nucleus as well, but you would be removing the fans from it to put on Lian Li fans. Just to give you an idea what that looks like, this is what that looks like. This is what the CPU block looks like. And this is a real performer here. It really is. The one I'm talking about is this one. Really nice looking CPU block with sort of an infinity mirror thing going on in there. Just whichever one you choose. I'm going to send you the build. You can change any parts you want. So go in here, look through the ones that you like. The only thing is just know that any of these that has a screen on it will require software. Yeah, Forgotten Freshness. When Mr. Cuddles 3080 died, I sent him my my EVGA 3090, and I was really sad to send that thing. I'm sad about EVGA, but when you look at the way that NVIDIA treats their partners, it is pretty much clear as day that they've made the right move. They're good for now. It's just long term. I look at I want my clients to be happy and trouble free for at least 4 years. There you go. Okay. Yeah. Well, this is everything, and there's still money in the budget, so that's good. And we haven't even added the discount yet. All right, cool. But yeah, the EK1 has reviewed extremely well. It really has. Oh, so it's 10 fans in this. 10 fans. Okay. 2x 32 gigs. There we go. Cooling solution, power supply. Everything's pretty much been done. Yeah, the only thing about that motherboard is not having 10 gig Ethernet, but I mean, that's not a problem unless you're really into network storage and things like that. What do we got? Thermal compound. We'll go with, what is a CLX Flux? There's no brand name one here, but okay. I don't know what this is. It's either it's G-lid thermal paste, or that's just a spatula they're using. Pretty old picture, actually, looking at the IHS on that CPU. CPU overclocking and GPU overclocking. If you want those, it's $50 each. I'll leave that up to you. You can go back in and add it if you like. But let's go ahead and add this one to cart. Let me hit share here real quick. Copy link. Thank you for having that. Galax is the only one with two 12VH PWR as of now. It's too bad they didn't go with the 12V6X2 whatever. But yeah, I think that's their whatever legend one or whatever the heck it's called. Oh, they already have a discount on here. Hold on. What was the code? Save 7 CLX. I already did it. So yeah, you're saving almost $400 on this build. That's bonkers. Let me actually go back to the build, hit edit to go back to it, make sure I got the link. We'll hit share. There we go. Go back to your thing here. There's your build. And here's your build. There you go. There you go. I'm sure they will soon. Yeah. That's one thing I enjoyed from the Thermaltake booth was that they moved their power supplies over to that standard, which is nice. I was really thinking about their 1,000 watt SFX power supply for an upcoming project. There you go. All right. Now, who else was here? Someone else said they were here. And it was, I'm just going to look through these. Omega Internal was here. Omega Internal, are you still here? And then we had NASA Nerd also here. Midoriya, you're here. I saw you earlier. What was it you said? It was like a question, so I need to go back and answer that if I can. Cherokee Vapors, I just saw what you said earlier. Vaping next to your computer is 95% less damaging than smoking next to it. Fun fact, when you vape, you're not exhaling any solid particulates like you do with smoking. Outstanding. Thank you. You're very welcome. Tell CLX I said hi. I have failed in my communications to them. That's my bad. It's been a lot of it on my side, and that was a lot of 2023, to be honest. Someone else said they were here. Man, I need to check something really quick. Anyways, let's go back to main cam for now. I'm waiting for anyone who I mentioned to say that they're here. What's up, The Will? How's it going? Still mad about buying the For the Win 3090 Ti. We'll hold on to it forever. I can only imagine how Jay feels having that 4090 that they made. But yeah, I had the For the Win 3 Ultra Gaming, that 3090. That's the one I sent to Mr. Cuddles. And I was like, please take good care of this. I'm here. It's AB 9725. Okay, well, no one else is responding right now. So if that's the case, we'll go ahead and get you taken care of. You've been waiting a long time, that's for sure. Oh, that's right. You're doing... Wait. Okay, that's a tough ask that you have there where you want a piece. Some SIs will do a PC without the GPU. Like, we probably need to go to Power GPU for that because they have that option. My condolences, Braithorn. Hope you get it back. Well, that's my editor. It's still in the family, basically. And essentially, I'm hoping that I can get him a 4080 Super at some point. Don't tell him I said so. The thing is, I don't just get components. I don't get just plain components like that. I get full systems to review. Often they have to be sent back, or other times they're for giveaways. I don't get to keep most of them. But when I do, it's very helpful to have stuff I can test and for builds that I can do, build streams, things like that. But I'm only now really making my way onto the radar of manufacturers like that, to where they'll just send me parts. It's just, how much does that really help them? Because I'm covering pre-builds. Well, look at what we just did. We were picking components that are made by those exact part manufacturers. Had I had a motherboard here that I could test that I knew had a ton of I/O, it was like a higher end motherboard, I would probably be like, let's see if they have this one, because I've tested this one. It's great. Even though it's just a sample size of one, when it comes to components, that's not too bad of a thing. Anyway, okay. So 1500, so here, this is what we're looking at for you. Poppy seeds. Surprised they didn't go Falcon Northwest at that last price point. They had something very specific in mind. This Coggle is why I ask if there's a company you have in mind. And they said specifically CLX first. If someone puts a company that I don't agree with, I'll state why. CLX is great. They've been in the business for a long time. Yeah, I know those guys. They're excellent. George is an OG among OGs. Yes, Falcon Northwest is OG, but so is George from CLX. We're talking about early Alienware is when he got into the business. Pretty much, Kelt Reeves is one of his first competitors. Actual competitors was Alienware. But yeah, I'm running the stream on a Falcon Northwest right now. If I come across someone who is a good candidate for Falcon Northwest, what do you think I'm going to do? I love Falcon Northwest ever since I was a teenager. See, that's the thing, Coggle. I've been doing this for years now. Even though I took most of 2023, I wasn't doing it. I did it for a couple of years before that. A year and a half before that, I was doing this. And you just learn things like that, like what to ask. So here, we're looking at a request that states that there's no company specifically stated, but they have a 3080 already. They'd like a pre-built that they can just put the GPU into. Okay? So that's why the $1,500 budget for a 1440p gaming system makes sense. And the use case is gaming and streaming. So while we do that, we have to make sure that we get the right motherboard and enough RAM to do both. 32 gigs is usually enough. So what I'll probably do, we'll go take a look at Power GPU, because they do have an option to not install a GPU and send you the rest of the system. As long as you understand, the warranty will not cover the GPU. I dreamed of Falcon Northwest PCs as a kid. Yep. Owning one was the dream. Now I just make my own monsters. You might enjoy the video where I talked about them, where I swapped out a 13900KS for a 14700K for giggles. And I talk about Falcon Northwest in the beginning, but that's that. And I even show the ad that I saw way back when, which was for the Mach 5. Do you know how much I've been hassling Kelt to bring back the Mach 5? And he's like, well, there's no market for super towers. I'm like, why are they building so many new ones then? Why are case manufacturers making so many new super towers? They are NV9 super tower, right? I think they're working on a new Enthoo from Fantex. I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember that conversation we had at at CES. I think they are making a new one. Don't quote me on that. That's fine. The GPU I have is out of warranty anyway. There you go. I'll have to get more into PCs here. Discovered you a few months back and love your content. Thank you, Akshat. Appreciate that. McLucky says hi. Hi. The Mach 5. Sheesh, that brings back the memories. Can you imagine a modern Falcon Northwest super tower? Oh, I can imagine it. Oh, God. The Talon, though, is awesome. It's a great mid-tower case. Okay, let's get into this. We're going to go to Power GPU. What's up, Jesse? I have talked about Power GPU a bit more in the last few months, but there was a long time where I didn't talk much about them because I didn't feel the need. It's like they promote themselves so well on social media, and they have such a good presence in social media. It's like they got this, and I had talked about them earlier, so it's like I've covered them, but it's like I don't know, man. I'm confident when it comes to Power GPU, when it comes to their builds and what they do. I am confident in recommending them. That kind of it's like with Alexander PCs, same thing. That kind of assurance when people rely on you for where to spend thousands of dollars. I want you guys to try putting yourselves in my shoes for a minute, okay? That's a lot of pressure if you take it seriously, and I definitely do. So we're going to go to build a custom PC. This is where you can go if you want to build a high-end PC without a GPU. Oh, this is new. This is new. Look at this. They got a thing just for content creation. Jesse, what you doing? You didn't tell me this. And he knows. You put a label like that on something, it better stand up to it. So I'm fairly confident that it will. Now, here's what we got to do. We got to figure out, this is for gaming and streaming. So you could go 7800X 3D. But when it comes to multitasking like that, it's not as good as like maybe the 7950X would be, or like a 14700K would be, right? 14700K would be goated in this build. I mean, you have a 20-core CPU. 20 core, it's 4 efficiency cores less than the 14900K. I'm using a 14700K now for video editing, streaming, gaming, whenever I get to, all of those things. So yeah, it's a really good CPU. Recently got a PC from Micro Center and is already dying on me. Could you use any advice on a new PC? Akshat, you need to talk to Micro Center about that. If you recently got it and it's dying, that sucks. Like, they need to do something about that. Apex, I'm a small SI, but offer 3-year warranty is standard, but usually will cover a system for life. Nice. If you got a good website, your configurator things, if you have a configurator kind of thing, that starts to fall under my purview. But if it's just like a request form that people fill out, there's not much I can show, like, viewers, basically. But that's good. I didn't necessarily know you considered yourself an SI. Or, I mean, I guess we didn't really get into that side of things too much when we were talking. That's my bad. Lady Power, man, do I have good timing. Yes, Power GPU. Just came in. Hope you guys are doing amazing tonight. So basically, Mrs. Power GPU just stepped in. You missed all the good things I just said about Power GPU. How dare you? But they're in the VOD now, forever. But no, it's because we have someone here who's looking for a PC where they can game and stream, but they have a 3080 already. They want something they can just pop it in. So Power GPU is what I thought about, because that's in your configurator. Let's get into this. We'll start with a 7800X 3D. Aesthetics. Let's see what you chose. Lady Power, have you seen what I'm doing with this stuff? It's incredible. It is going to be, this is just going to build up and be awesome. On a black PC, you do not need Wi-Fi. It is for gaming and streaming. Like, look at this. This data is beautiful. I don't think anyone can, like, I don't know if everyone feels that way, but I certainly do. Ordering within a week, and you want it within 2 weeks. That I'm not sure how that will work out, but without the GPU being a thing, then it shouldn't be a problem. Okay. Let me actually back up here, because we're not doing the We're not doing the GPU. We should be able to go best here and see what we get. I'm revamping my website for a configuration selector. It's a lot of work. The compatibility filtration is the hardest part, as I've been told. You saw it? Okay, good. I'm sorry the audio was so bad. If you watched the video, that's not my normal thing. Ooh, the Shadow Base 800 FX. I haven't seen this one yet. I mean, not in person anyway. That is sick looking. Love that. You know, they're getting really good with RGB over there at Be Quiet. Anyway, Be Quiet is always a good choice if you're a content creator or streamer, because their focus is on having good volumes, good decibel levels for their PCs. They don't overdo it when it comes to noise. So that might be the choice to go with here. But what I want to do really quick, I want to go to the GPU. All right, we're going to go to components. We're going to go to graphics card, and we're going to make that no GPU. It says it doesn't, so it's still out of range here. But what if I go with, instead of the 7900X, that's $10 more. Let's try to get this under budget here, but we do have a discount code with Power GPU. Okay, we might need to drop down to the good version then. Let's see. Let's go back, and we're going to switch to the other build. As long as we can get something with a decent amount of I/O, you can always add in more with a PCIe add-in card. This is a low-profile one, so this is not a good example of what you can get. But if you look at this, here, let's just go back to my. So this is a low-profile USB add-in card right there. Right, gives you 3 USB 3.0s and a Type-C connector there. And no additional power is needed, so you don't need to run a stupid Molex cable to this thing. But you also have a longer bracket, but there's ones that have way more than this that you just put in an unused PCIe slot, and then you get a lot more I/O. So it helps with budget builds if you can get something like a $30 card like that, and suddenly the motherboard I/O is not even an issue. I know I pressed back. It's not going back. Let's go back, guys. What's going on? All right, we're just going to start over. It didn't like me trying to go back. It wasn't happy with me. Well, I'm sorry, website. It's okay. All right, start building, and we're going to go good with AMD. Wait, did that change? Okay, whatever. Either way, let's go quickly over to components and remove the GPU. So there we are, 1269.91. Now we can sort of mess around with it. 7600X will still do all the work you're expecting of it. 7700X is here, but we don't have a 7800X 3D like I was thinking, but that might just be out of the budget. This is a boutique builder. That is Power GPU. They are up there with the quality of service you get, the build quality, attention to detail, all of those things. So it's just, that's what you can expect. But let's see about cases here. So you got the Be Quiet Pure Base 500 FX. Very nice case. I've recommended it like a million times. And it's a good looking case too. It's right there. Always could do a custom request too. The team can get it into budget range when you need it. That's true. What makes you say it's overheating? Is it popping up a message saying who's overheating? What? Poppy Seeds. I tried building my PC from scratch, but I've injured myself frequently on fan headers enough that I'm sick of it. What are you doing? You're trying to plug in your fans, getting a running start? How do you do that? 720p on Discord. I don't know if that helps at all. I mean, why not do Twitch as well at the same time? But yeah, making a configuration selector with a one-man show is very complicated. You could always go to Fiverr and get someone to do it for you for, $200, but you're going to get what you pay for. Oh yeah, mine is constantly overheating and has a good liquid cooling AO, but still super loud and causing gaming issues as well. That sounds like a fan curve issue, honestly. If it's extremely loud, that means your fans are running high, but there's probably something wrong with the AIO. It could be that or a fan curve issue. So the AIO is not pumping the liquid fast enough. If the pump is failing, you need a new AIO. But that would mean the temperatures would rise and the fan curve would be like, let's run these fans at max speed. Sounds like a failing pump in the AIO, honestly. But don't go exactly by what I say because it's hard to be sure. Okay, back to components. So we're looking at 7600X. You can go 7700X, but here's the thing about this is that you have the option of upgrading your CPU down the line. What you might want to wait for, go with the 7600X for now, and then when the 8000 series, 8 or 9000 series, or whatever the hell they call it, probably 9000 series, the mainline CPUs come out, and they come out with the X3D chips for that, then you might want to upgrade to one of those. So you give it a good year and a half with this 7600X. Then you take this thing and give it someone who needs to start a build, make it a seed for a new PC, or sell it, whatever. Drew Neka, what's up? I haven't seen you in forever. How's it going? By the way, when I say that, I mean that in a positive way, as in it's good to see you, not like, where have you been? Just so you know. It's just something that pops out when I say stuff like that. By Artesian Builds, they sent me the PC unfinished. It has pretty bad Wi-Fi. What's a great gaming Wi-Fi that I can add to it? Well, if you have just the little antennas that screw into the back of the motherboard, I mean, you got to make sure that the antennas are attached. What you can do is just go to Amazon and get a corded sort of Wi-Fi antenna where you can get it out from behind your PC. That's usually what you need to do. Or you can get a PCIe add-in card for Wi-Fi. There you go. Dodger Dog, what's up? I'm about 60% done with the configurator. Sweet. If you need any input on that, please let me know. I mean, I look at them for a living. Thank you. Been a while. I have a little girl now, so life is busy. Oh, that's awesome. I'm a girl dad too. She turned 13 on Sunday. Click on the 7800X3D. Where is that? Well, there's the 7700X and 7600. Was that earlier? Do you feel like that's a decent buy at $1,200? I'm not showing the thing now, but sure. What? Oh, just updated that price for you. Oh, okay. So I need to go into the other PC. Let me go back. Let's see. Let's go here, and let's just open in a new tab. We'll keep that build right here, and I think it's going to be in the better build one. Let's take a look. Or best. It might be under best. And that might be that we're looking at a $1,500 budget here with no GPU. So this is probably going to be out of range. Oh, it's negative $50 now. That's nice. There you go. Let's see if this puts it in range for us. It's maybe in range if we change nothing else. Although I'll tell you now, they're going to have a good spec on everything else. So like, look here, MSI MAG X670E Tomahawk, Wi-Fi, DDR5, yes, good. The RAM, Kingston Fury Beast, 32 gigs, DDR5 6000, already very good. I love Kingston RAM. It's pretty much my RAM of choice. And aesthetics, we're in the Cougar Duo Face Pro RGB, which is a nice case. If you want to go with something like that Shadowbase 800FX, that isn't a very expensive case. But I would say this one right here, it's a black case with RGB fans already included. It's a great value, and Cougar's really upped their game in the case realm. So that's a build with a 7800X3D right there. An X670E motherboard. Now, if we go into the motherboards, it's probably, yeah, there's some choices that can bring it down by like $10, but already you're getting a great motherboard with good I/O. We don't have a picture of the rear I/O panel, the rear I/O, but I can look that up very easily. I just highlight whatever I want to search, right click, search Google. There we go. All right, images. If I could make one suggestion, Lady Power, I would say a picture like this one here, where it shows just the rear I/O added under that main one when you click info. That's just a time saver for me. That's all. It's just a time saver for me. But also there will be some customers who appreciate it as well. So looking here, we have Wi-Fi 6E, which is nice. We have dual Type-C connectors where you have dual Type-C ports. One's 20 gigabit per second, one is 10 gigabit per second. We have 3 USB 3.0s. I still call them that. Yep. And I still call Twitter. So, and dual 10 gigabit Type A ports. USB 3.0 is 5 gigabit per second USB. Onboard video, of course, but don't plug into that. Plug into your GPU and a flash BIOS button. all the audio stuff too. 2.5 gig Ethernet. And yeah, so let's see what this system comes out to. Thank you for changing that, Lady Power. I appreciate that. I guess there was just something that needed to be updated, huh? Let's just take this. Because looking at that, looking at the RAM, it's not RGB RAM, but you'll be okay. Oh, it's $0 to upgrade to the RGB. So I'm gonna do that. It's still Kingston Fury Beast, sick RAM. There you go. Now, the one thing that I would want to change in here is the storage, because you have a great drive here with the SKC 3000D 1 terabyte drive. It's a KC 3000 basically, and your read-write speeds are both 7,000 megabytes per second. That's really good. I would rather have a 2 terabyte drive in here personally, and it is additional $60. I will leave that up to you. But you can also add storage very easily, and you probably have that storage from your previous build that you could add in here. Just format it, add it in there, because you're getting a new OS with this build. RGB gives you more FPS. That's right. That's right. It means random graphics boost. That's RGB for you. You're going to tell the team about adding the IO pictures? I would appreciate that very much. And the manufacturer usually provides them. Just copy it. There you go. Shameless. That's awesome that it went on sale while you were looking at that, though. Harbor Monitor 8-64 will tell you both the GPU die and hotspot temps. Are we still talking about that Micro Center build? Yeah, I saw Orcast talking about repasting. I mean, it's a new build. That sucks. But, I mean, you got to take it to them. You got to see what's going on with that. Okay, cool. And it's a great drive. When I needed to send, because Jake from Kingston, literally the best dude, one of the coolest guys I've met, who's like a rep for a company, he was like, well, I'm just gonna send you some storage. You can use it for your builds. And I wanted to give a good 2 terabyte drive to Mr. Cuddles for his editing rig. So it was hard to part with this thing, because the KC3000 is absolutely sick. It's reliable. It's very fast. But I sent my editor a 2 terabyte version of this. So it's a very, very good storage drive. Power supply is a 750 watts. Now, that's one thing that I will want to change. And going with an 850 watt is $15 more. Okay? But if you're looking at a 7800X3D versus like a 14900K, you're going to use a lot less wattage on that 7800X3D because it is thermally limited because of the 3D V-cache. So I just need to make sure my battery. So on the camera, I have it plugged into a V-mount battery, one of these big honking batteries, like this guy right here, because I've gotten nervous about running my camera off of mains power just in case when there's crazy weather going on. Yeah. So I was just checking that real quick. KC3000 drives are amazing, says Apex. Dude, we should have hung out more over there at CES. It's just you were working, I was working. You know how that goes. You got the A1000G. That's such a good power supply. You want to know how I know? Because it's right here. A1000G. Gold rated on A tier high end. MSI knocked it out of the park with this power supply. So, and Power GPU, you guys carry it. Very good. But we're gonna go ahead and add this to the cart. Okay. So now one thing I didn't ask, poppy seeds. I didn't ask because you know how with the budget I go in $500 increments, just so that when I go in and I look at the responses, I get really easy to read sort of charts here, right here. So I couldn't go with a really granular kind of thing. So what is your actual budget around that $1,500 price point? Because we're going to go in, we're going to apply the coupon code. I believe it takes $50 off. So this is going to be about $1,580. Okay. So is that within range for you? We're only $80 above budget here. A1000 MSI PSUs are goated. They are goated, Mr. Apex. Master Apex, my bad. So I read it as Mr. Apex for some reason. But you are also Mr. Apex. Oh no, I imagine just dropping parts on myself. It's rather learning a new hobby. What? Well, Akshat, I'll tell you this. Building yourself does not necessarily guarantee you avoid any issues. It's funny That's sort of the sentiment that goes around. Oh, by the way, I forgot I was thinking 1,600 including taxes and stuff. That's not good. That doesn't work, because when you look here, the question is, what is your maximum budget for the PC in US dollars? This should not include taxes or shipping. I know you said $1,500, but already $1,500 plus tax is going to be more than $1,600. And shipping a PC, unless it's free shipping, can be very expensive. So that's there's no way this is going to work for that. We would have to drop the price of the PC down to like $1,300 in order for it to include taxes and shipping. And that's just me guessing. Either name works. Okay, you got it. Yeah, that's not really going to... And I went with the 850 watt power supply, so it actually went a little higher. But let's just look. It's going to be $50 off. There's not going to be free shipping. So what you'll probably need to do... Oh, oops. I forgot I had an older build in there. There we go. And if we go in here, let's go to the cart here. I'm going to show you when you add the coupon code. It should take $50 off your bill. Okay, taxes are $112. And that is wait, what? Local shipping to... Wait, no, you'd have to put in your zip code, okay? You'd have to change the address, put in your zip code, all that, to know what your shipping is going to be. But basically, we need to drop the price by a few $100s in order for this to work. Because, yeah, $1,500 PC turns into $1,800 real quick. Yeah. What if you look in the gaming category and power GPU? Does that work? Could that work? Well, I didn't do that because I thought that we had a little bit of wiggle room here. I mean, there's also a handling fee. I'm guessing that's packaging and boxing it up safely and all that. I'm not sure. That's, but I mean, shipping and handling is usually two terms that go together anyway, so they're just splitting it up there. I mean, we were doing a build that was going to come in for less money right here. See this? We were already on our way. It just means it can't be the, 7800X3D, which is like, that's okay. That's the top of the line gaming CPU right now. You don't need that. That's fine. And MSI MAG, which I've found, I did verify with MSI over at CES. They do want you to say the letters. It's not MAG. B650 Tomahawk Wi-Fi. Boom. There you go. Motherboard already. Aesthetics, we were on the Be Quiet Pure Base 500. Kingston Fury Beast, 32 gigs. Is it still free for RGB? It is free for RGB. Very nice. AK400 for a 7600X would work. But, we have a little wiggle room. We can go with the larger one, or you can go up to a 240 millimeter AIO if you want. Love Deep Cool. Great stuff. I will say, Lady Power, if you're still here, I asked Jesse if y'all were going to CES, and he's like, no, I'm going to Texas. And I'm like, really? The day I'm leaving Texas, you're coming to Texas? Cool. Cool. Awesome. Love that. I don't know. That's how it goes. Let's stick with this. We're trying to keep this under $1,600 with shipping and taxes. So, I mean, we'll go up. We'll upgrade to just the dual tower. How about that? $30. Let's see here. Still the same drive, so you're good there. Okay. No GPU. Now, the no additional fans option is the only reason I would say to go with an AIO, because then you get the top exhaust on the radiator. But oh, now Lady Power's over in Twitch now, in Twitch land. Yes, sir. I know. I totally wanted to meet you. We're hoping to make PAX East. Heck yes. I've already got someone, because I've been trying to not travel anywhere unless I'm sponsored, but I've already got someone trying to throw plane tickets at us for PAX East, so we should be there. I just got to figure the hotel situation out. But yeah, if y'all go, we will schedule a time to do a sit-down interview. That'd be a lot of fun. Like, aside from the show. That'd be awesome. Oh yeah, you guys got to meet Apex. Apex is great. The spider robot PC in the Deep Cool booth at CES is his. Well, theirs, I guess, but yeah. Okay, this is also 750 watts. So, but we have now room to upgrade your power supply to 850 watts. There we go. And it's 15 bucks. Because you're going to get 50 bucks off of this. So this should come in around $1,600 with shipping and taxes. I can't guess on shipping. I'm not sure exactly where you're located, so I couldn't tell you on shipping. But this is about as close as you're probably going to get, which is fine. How are we doing? How close are we to we're $40 away from an AIO, but for the 7600X, that's not necessary. What you do is, if you down the line upgrade your CPU, upgrade your CPU cooler. You're going to be removing the cooler anyway, and then you're going to keep that 7600X and that cooler for another build. There you go. And just don't stab yourself with your fan connectors, your fan headers. Don't do that. Okay, so let's add this to cart. We'll remove the other one. That's too bad. I really did like that build, but I like this one too. So, all right, we're going to go to cart. Our coupon code should still be active. Sorry for making it difficult. It's okay. I mean, just you have to sort of, if you haven't bought many pre-builts, it's hard to guess how much taxes can add. But yeah, you're looking at almost $100 added onto this just for taxes, just for Uncle Sam right there. We already have coupon Breathorn taking 50 bucks off your build, so that's half of your taxes right back to you. You're welcome. So let's get this build over to you and add it to your thing. Share build. Look at that. Look at that. Did you? I forgot if adding this was part of how when I first started covering y'all, Lady Power, there was no configurator. And I was like, please have a configurator and please have a thing where I can easily get a link to share it, all that stuff. Yeah. There you go. And then we come over here. And so that other people with the same needs can come reference it. There's the link of the recommended system. Oh, I need to change this. Wait, what? When was this? I guess that was one that I finished. No, I didn't finish this one, I don't think. Okay. That was one where it was like, we're going to wait for the super GPUs. There you go. Oh, I know what a headache it was to find a good company to come up with the code. Yeah. Fiverr ain't going to do it when you're looking at something where you're like growing at that rate, you know? Maybe, for your first one, yeah. I know for Alexander PCs, TJ made his own website, and it did not have a configurator. You want to try doing a compatibility filter on your own? I'm not a web designer. I can't do that. Okay, who else was here? I think, let me see. Who else was here that's on the list? If you're in the YouTube chat, type @Breathorn, I'm here. If you're in Twitch chat, use your channel points to highlight your message. If you followed the stream, which it's follower-only chat, so you had to, you have enough channel points to highlight your message. Let me know you're here. Finally found someone and we love it. We have a great development team. That's awesome. I need to find something like that myself because with all of this information, well, I mean, there's this one, but then there's the one that we have where it's the history one here. This is the one that other people can go look. And Cogs, thank you for doing these, by the way. Cogs, who you see in the Twitch chat, goes in and adds in these the timestamps so that you can actually watch in the VOD my thought process. And then over here, you have all the builds that I recommended, except the first one. I don't know. I'd have to go back into that first stream, and find it. Oxshot is here. Mrs. Bat is here. Anthony Shelley, I just said, if you're in the YouTube chat, type in @Breathorn and then say you're here. But it's okay. Nobody else was talking there, so it's fine. It's okay. It's just funny how I'll say like, hey, I need you to do this. And then it's like, yeah, it's okay. They didn't mean me. It's okay. Oh, all right. I do hope those links persist, by the way. But it should. You see how often, Lady Power, this is how often I look at these pictures. Because I'm at a point where, I mean, I don't need to see a spec sheet. I can look at this and things are color-coded. I can figure out what's good about it, what it's missing, all that kind of stuff, depending on the use case of the PC. But that's how often I'm obsessed with Rear I/O, because it's one of those things that I've run into so many times as someone who's been streaming for many years now, where it's like, oh God, I gotta connect this thing now, and I have to sacrifice this other device and plug this other thing in. I started all this with a, I think it was a B550 Gaming X gigabyte, and it just, the I/O sucked. Was it B550? Yeah. Or was it X570? I don't know. One of the two. The I/O was terrible. I don't want to put anybody else through that. So that's why when we go through these, we ask people what the use case for their PC is. And look at this right here. We have out of 103 people, we're at exactly, well, we're at 50 people. So 48.5% of people who request want to stream. That's incredible. That's really incredible knowledge for me to have as someone who decides the direction of our content. And look at how many people want to do content creation and video editing. It's really, really cool. Graphic design, music production, they're more niche things, apparently. I don't get many graphic designers here, unfortunately. I don't know. I do want to find a good graphic designer. I do okay. I do all my own graphic design. Ari is the one who designed and drew RGB, our little mascot, but yeah. Like the name thing, the thing you see there, and overlay stuff, all that, I do that on my own. But anyway, gotta love data. Oh yeah, it's the best. Anyway, 41% of our requesters want to go 1440p. That lines up with what most people say about that. NASA Nerd is now at home, so let's look through the people that are here. We got Oxshot, Mrs. Bat 89, Zick Gold is here. And NASA Nerd did not follow the instructions to highlight your name, to highlight your chat, but okay. And then we have Anthony Shelley over in the YouTube chat. So let's take a look here. So let's just go find here, and then let's go. Oxshot here is our last one that just jumped in. So it's going to be somebody else, just so you know. Whoever is here that was ahead of you already. Then we've got Miss Bat 89 was back on the 4th. Okay. That's what I do, is like I'll look at whoever submitted the form soon, the earliest. Zick Gold was on the 20th on Christmas Day. You were submitting a form on Christmas Day. Look at you. Okay, so currently you're in the lead there. Let's see. 99% directions followed. Yeah. And then NASA Nerd was on the 2nd. Then we got Anthony. Anthony, what name did you put in here? Real quick. There's only one Anthony here, and it's under Joseph Anthony Colazzo. Anthony Shelley, what name did you put in here? Because it's supposed to be whichever chat you stay in, what pops up when you type anything, that's what I need you to type in here so I can find you and verify that it's you. Save it feels like going 1440p is my standard now. Feels like going back to 720 compared to 1080. Yep. I mean, I was not really for 4K gaming for the longest time. It's an oxymoron if you asked me back then. But now the monitor technology has become cheap enough to where some people can afford it, and GPU technology is caught up, especially with DLSS. So yeah. Wait, you didn't? No, Anthony. The question was, of the people who filled out the form, who is here so I can help them next? Oh, hold on. I'm going back in the chat and I'm just seeing now. You said, hello, I recently bought my first gaming PC from Skytech. And then you gave me the specs. Cool. Okay. congrats. Did you use code SWARM, SWARM? I hope you did, because that would have saved you money. I totally missed your earlier thing. If you already bought a PC, that you don't need this. That's what this is for. So that means, was it XIC, right? Zick Gold, you are next. Now, I want to point out some. I don't know if there's anything in here that lines up with this. I need to check. Oh yeah. No, that's fine. This one, you're the one who put in it indigo violet gold under the color. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with that. No idea. But I like your color. Your taste in colors. Purple is the brand color. So, well, one of them, the main one. So that's awesome. But also for your budget, I don't know if you wrote anything for your budget. Let's go find out. Okay. For this, you should have just picked 4,000 plus. There was an option there for you already. That's what I mean by like follow the things on there and because this basically excludes you from helping out with data. If you do that under the budget, then you're going to be one of these guys right here, where it's like, let's see if we can find you. There you are. One person, which I guess counts as 1%. It's okay if it's a little more than 4,000. Whereas these people just chose the right option for them, which is 4,000 or more. You would have been in here. And by the way, guys, I'm always very clear with the instructions. It should not include taxes or shipping and should be separate from your budget for a monitor, peripherals, etc. So I hope that we did run into something here a bit ago where that was a problem. Just if you go on Google and say how much is blank with taxes, you'll be able to find out whether it fits within your budget. Just try to give me your budget before tax, shipping, all that good stuff. That's tough to find color-wise with components. I mean, we can go with the live mixer motherboard if someone has it. I see. Okay, my bad. No problem. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. I just point these things out for others to know. That's all. Let's actually copy this. Actually, let's copy it from one that's already been highlighted. Also, I chose the wrong color for this. I would have easily lost it. There we go. I'm not sure what was up with this one. Did I not do this one? Is there a link at the end? No link at the end. So we're going to move that back to, we're going to reset that. So this song, if you guys can hear the background music, one of my favorite montages I've done was the one for AVA Direct, okay? But there was something that happened in the exporting process or in some process where I was speeding up the footage or something like that, where it made it super choppy, and I will never get over that. But I was thinking about, and y'all tell me if you like this idea. I'm not putting time codes from the stream. Dang it. I was supposed to be doing that to help out Cogs. Let me do this one at least. This is not giving me a... Oh. Yeah, it's not giving me an amount of time I've been streaming. That's unfortunate. Let's see. I just need to reload this 1 second. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. But yeah, this was a song I used in that montage. What I was going to say was... oh, we're at 358. Oh. Okay, this is going to be the last build of the night. Just letting y'all go. Just letting y'all know. I think I put it at the end here. I don't know. I'll put it in there. 358. So I'll just do that. Yeah, so what I'm thinking of doing was putting together a video of all the montages I've ever done. And that would give me a chance to go in through each of them and improve them a little bit, like smooth them out, do things like that. Do y'all think that, would you watch that? Just a video where you get to watch all the PC montages I've done. They're not even DIY montages. They're just me admiring computers, and you can admire them right along with me. Okay. Anyway, just wanted to know. I wanted white with purple in it. Why didn't you write that? You said indigo, violet, gold. That is not white with purple in it. But we can do that. Why not write that? 2 hours, 36 minutes. Well, that's Twitch. That's the Twitch side of things. The timestamps that we put into the this form right here is a timestamp for the YouTube VOD. So that anyone who's thinking about, you see that? It goes right to there and to that part of the VOD. So that anyone who looks at this list can go see my thought process as I go through the matchmaking process. Okay, anyway. Go back into this, and here we are. So you're looking for it within a month, meaning we can go fully custom. You're looking at gaming and streaming only. 1440p resolution, 4,000. This is easy. This is easy. Okay, cool. So this is a high budget for something that's a 1440p gaming and streaming machine. It totally is. So who can come up? Well, I mean, okay. So all you need to worry about really is getting the right color of cables, and maybe someone who has a live mixer board. Who has that right now? I actually think I know who has that. You don't see it very often, but that would make it an Intel system if I'm not mistaken. I should just do this. They had it recently. Let me check. I don't know if Alucard is still here, but it's montage time. Did I put I want it all white? You said indigo, violet, gold, which makes sense. Look, your username checks out. But I'm looking for a certain motherboard. Let's just see, because they had it at one point. They might not have it anymore. Also, their site is very slow. I think they do their own hosting. Which, that's the trade-off. You save money on that, but it is slower. It's thinking. It's going. Thank you. Glad to be part of this community. Glad to have you. Poppy Seeds, seriously, the help rate offers here is unparalleled. The thing about the thing that I'm doing now, where like you can, let me just look at the motherboards real quick. Yeah, they don't have it anymore. Unless these are X6, these are all X670. So if we switch to Intel, that's the purple one. So if we do that, these should change. No live mixer board. So who's got it? I'll bet AVA Direct has it. They just order stuff whenever they don't have it. But I bet Power GPU could do it. AMD variant is orange. Intel is purple. Yep, that's what I was saying. Intel's a purple one. Which is why I was like, oh man, they're pushing me towards Intel here, but I never got one. I've never gotten one. I really wanted to do a build with one in like... Well, there aren't many. Did you guys know that Asia Horse makes purple fans? Look at that. Asia Horse makes purple fans. Purple and RGB fans. You dedicate yourself to a color like that, though, you can't really put a clashing color in your RGB. But none of these really, I don't know. It's all good. It's all goodness here. They're excellent motherboards. Same quality as a Taichi. Nice. But I don't think anybody carries these. So it would be for a DIY build, basically. Also, I don't like the fact that they're like this, where it won't seal up with a radiator frame very well for static pressure. Even though they kind of look like they're mixed purpose fans, where they're both for airflow and static pressure. Not as good as either dedicated kind of fan, but still good. But yeah, I've had Asia Horse Matrix fans, and they worked great. Like the Matrix 360, where it's 3 fans in 1 unit, but they don't make those in purple, which is really sad. Anyways, back to the build. So I'm just trying to think of who out of all these system integrators might have the live mixer boards. If you basically talk to someone like Power GPU or Alexander PCs, they'll get you a specific motherboard as long as they can get it. But what we're going to check now, we're going to see if it's on the list for AVA Direct, so you can just order it. I will admit this. I've never really liked the way they do this, where you have all of these pre-spec'd ones. But look, you've got the Y70 Touch there. They carry a lot of, uncommon stuff. Let's just pick a. What were your needs here? Your needs were gaming and streaming, 1440p. I mean, that could be a 7800X 3D. Let's go with an X670 tower here. And let's just look at the motherboards. Oh, wait. It can't be 7800X 3D. It would have to be Intel, because it's a purple board. Okay, never mind. You don't have to tell me. I know. And I think it's a Z690. It's not a Z790, right? Either way. Let's go in here and let's look up ASRock. Apply. And they don't have it. How could they buy everything? How do they not have this? AVA Direct has the largest selection of components of any SI in the industry. And they don't have it. Is the board still available? Well, hold on. Let me just put this back in here. Okay. I mean, it's still available, $260. The price was always really good on these. It's still available. Newegg. Whoa. Newegg, what are you doing? $613. And it's on avadirect.com. Why did it not come up for that build? Like, you can straight up just buy the board from them. I am confused. AVA Direct, you got to show your rear I/O, man. Oh, there it is. They did it. Look at them. Look at this I/O too. Gaming and streaming. Yeah, a lot of it is USB 2.0, but that's fine for a lot of devices. You do only have, you have 6 faster USB 8 Type A ports, and then 2 Type C ports, 2.5 gig Ethernet, no Wi-Fi included, but you can add in a Wi-Fi card and put your little micro coax sort of connectors right there for that. So yeah, or just get a PCIe card. But if you're going to stream, don't stream on Wi-Fi. Run the long Ethernet cable if you have to. They make those in purple too. But when it comes to a white and purple build, this thing is sick. As long as you like this sort of graffiti aesthetic, it's absolutely sick. Newegg be like, nope, it's a third-party seller. Apex, I got to go Braythorns. Be nice being here. Catch you in the next stream. Feel free to contact me. You got it, man. Absolutely. Thanks for coming in. We can do all white or black and white. That's fine. Okay. Well, if we go right back to Power GPU, who we were looking at earlier, you can send in specific requests, and as long as they can get it and they are still on the market, then they'll do it for you. So I'll definitely have to install it, right? I mean, yeah, if that's the case, or unless that whatever SI you go through offers PCIe Wi-Fi. But in your thing, you said, let's see, what did you say? You said you don't know if you need Wi-Fi. What is okay. Well, your internet equipment from your internet service provider, is it in the same room as the room where your PC is going to go? Is it in that same room? Battle Rat says easy, haha. What? What's easy? This isn't easy. I just make it look easy. Just check. We can get them. They're stuck at our distributors. Lady Power, there you go. All right, back to Power GPU we go. And you got a coupon code there, so you're going to be able to get $50 off whatever system you're getting. So that's nice. There we go. So what we do is we configure a system completely. I'll send you the link for that. And when you talk to Power GPU, you send them that link with the full spec list and just say you want the live mixer motherboard. All right. What we're going to do is we're going to go with the white system. Okay. And then you just ask for that purple motherboard and you get purple cable extensions. That's pretty much everything you want right there. Okay, cool. So you don't need Wi-Fi. There you go. Now, I got to know what the content creator part here means. I am very curious. So this means up to 24 processor cores, up to 64 gigs of RAM, 1 dedicated GPU, and up to 8 terabytes SSD storage. That's what you mean by content creator. Then I'm with it. But I got to look at the motherboards y'all have here. Shadowbase 800FX. I like it. G502. I like it. Negative $50. Nice. I guess it's going to come down to your preference. Which of these you like more? I do like the Shadowbase 800FX because you have these exterior RGB strips that you can set to purple. So there's your purple and white PC on the outside. Set all your RGB to purple. You have purple and white. There you go. Components. Oh, let's go to aesthetics. We go to... wait, where are the... Oh, there's no cables included here. Okay. We'll probably have to go through the other one, but we can still make sure it's good for streaming. I was just curious about what y'all meant by a content creator PC. That's all. UV case printing. Very nice. Maybe we'll throw a Braithorn one in there at some point. Here's one thing that's happening in 2024, Lady Power. I'm going to be from one SI to another. We're going to have at some point or another a Braithorn edition PC for the community. And, you know, of course, you guys are on the list of SIs I would love to have involved with that. But it's going to be just one at a time so that, you know, each one can offer one at different price points or whatever. Yeah, it's going to be cool. Okay, so we're going to go best for Intel side. And that way you can get the purple live mixer board. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Jesse will agree with you. I mean, you know, you could always get after him if he doesn't. But I don't know. It's definitely a niche thing. But you know, it's not like I have millions of subscribers. However, being at 32K like we are, it is all people who want pre-builts, and that's cool. It's like that. It's a very focused audience, which is good and growing. Wait till y'all see the new series that's coming out this year. So that's something I was going to talk to you guys about earlier in the stream, but I got distracted and then we had to start helping with PCs. But most of my meetings at CES had to do with preparing for pre-built, rebuilt. Any of the little things you've been thinking about wanting to do for your PC and you're not sure if you can do it, you're going to be able to do it. Okay, we got to talk about this. Where's the purple? Why are there no purple cable extensions? Well, you can put those right there in your request form there. Just bad timing. I was responding to Lady Power's quick work. Sorry, I'm one of the guys that do their website and SEO marketing. Oh, sick. Okay, yeah. All good. Welcome to the stream. I was just complimenting the configurator actually earlier. Like this right here. Thank you. Not many people do this where they recommend, they do custom builds for people and recommend them. I think it's just me. But I imagine if someone's like, hey, what do you think about this kind of build to a friend of theirs or something like that or whatever, it's so cool to have. Sorry, I usually lurk so as to not get in the way of all the questions. Well, thank you for the lurks. I do appreciate that. And you were at TwitchCon. Nice. I was there. I don't like Vegas though. So that was, I want them to go back to San Diego. Anyway, I'll just pick a color here on this. Can you do this and this? Oh, you can't do both. Okay. Well, anyways, we'll just do this, and maybe I can order the purple ones. Need to have some purple Braithorn Edition cables. I mean, I can't exactly say the color purple is mine. I mean, if you watch Glosses, then Glarses, or however you're supposed to pronounce that, he's been championing the color. You know, he's been championing purple for stuff longer than I have. But I am definitely passionate about it, especially in a white build. Oh, it looks sick. Actually, looks sick in a black build too. All right, I'm definitely biased. Anyway, but yeah, there you go. We're just gonna pick the more expensive option there to have all of your cables be custom cables, extensions anyway, and then you can then request. What you're gonna do is I'm gonna give you a link, email them with the link that I send you, and say I want this build, but with purple cables and the live mixer board. I figured you did. I'm not harping on it for sure. Okay. It's funny because right behind me is a purple Ethernet cable that I carry with me when I travel in my Pelican case back there. Okay, now we're coming in here. 14600K is already on the board here. That's totally fine for exactly what you want to do. Gaming and streaming. You do not, I know your budget is 4K. I know that. But for just gaming and streaming, you don't need to go any higher than that. We can come back to it if that's still you know, something we can do there. Now, the reason I say that is because we're gonna, I mean, you're doing what, 1440p? If it's a $4,000 PC, I don't see why it shouldn't be a 4090. And we're under budget still, but we have to bump up the power supply. And yeah, the motherboard you're looking at is like $260, although there's probably, I don't know if there's a fee for getting any custom parts, but it's cheaper than the MAG Z790 board, if I'm not mistaken. Let's actually check that. Or it's around the same price. It's actually $10 cheaper. So that's perfect. We'll leave that one on there. But that's why. You're mostly gaming. So I would prioritize getting the best GPU that you can. Let's see. Additional fans, though. You don't really need them with this right here, as long as we get a good CPU cooler, which we're going to do. Let's see. Cooler. We're already on the LT720, but we're going to switch to the white one right there. And you can choose, if you want RGB fans as well, you can go with this one here, which is the LS720. It really depends on the CPU block that you like, and if you want the fans to be RGB in the hub. Because it's funny, guys, Deep Cool, believe it or not, they're pushing towards a non-RGB aesthetic, and like not going crazy RGB with their stuff. On their high-end things, it's not RGB. It's something I think that's a little bit cooler than that. And you'll see that in the Deep Cool video that's going to be coming out this week. We're just... Cuddles is sick, so I'm trying to find the time to do all the editing myself, but it's just a lot of editing. My RGB, my PC is always on purple and green keyboard and mouse as well. Nice. No, nothing extra for custom parts not listed. Thank you, Lady Power. Love having people from SIs in the chat. Fill out the form, just join the stream. You can edit that response, roughly 3 hours. Okay. Facts, I'm about to drop 6K on these kinds of trusted recommendations. Impossible to learn anything. You learn everything about hardware on your own. Well, I do it, but it's also my full-time job. So, and there's still stuff I don't know. So yeah. Thomas M. Flores, I see you there. That is, I appreciate that comment. I will say this though, with system integrators that have a percentage-based coupon code, which I guess we should start listing in the coupon codes what you get with the coupon codes. We don't really do that. We need to do that. At a price like that, make sure you're buying from an SI that does have a percentage-based coupon code with us, because that makes a big difference. I mean, it's not necessary, clearly. But if I'm not doing the actual recommendation thing for you and pointing you towards, like, hey, this one you get $50 off no matter what, and that's good. You always know what your coupon's going to be for, what it's going to cover. But, you know, if I'm not helping you one-on-one and you're already going to make your choice, that's the advice I'd give right there. We got good RAM already. Let's see if we can swap it to something that is in white. We can. Right there with the Kingston Fury Renegade RGB 32 gigs. That's good for gaming and streaming. 32 gigs is fine for gaming and streaming. You're good there. And the only ones that go to... There's nothing here that goes to 64, unfortunately. But I will say, y'all should look into grabbing these kits right here that do 96. It's very pricey, but for people who want to do content creation, like you're just never going to worry about your RAM, ever. And it's also Kingston, and they're awesome. Do you like having metal musicians and first responders on streams? Yes. Yeah. I like having all of, I like having everybody, but that's definitely also appreciated. Do I have to request a 4090 to be in white? I know they're hard to get, though. They are very, very hard to get, especially with shortages for 4090s. So you might find that there's a problem with getting a 4090 that's white. If that's something that you're concerned with, you might want to hold off until 4080 Supers are more available, because that would probably be easier to get in white. I know MSI is putting out a ton of GPUs in white, but yeah, that or learn how to vinyl wrap stuff. It's not that hard to do, and you can do it yourself. So you just get your fan shroud, get some good white vinyl, put it on there. There you go. But yeah, you would have to request that. You're going to be talking directly with them anyway, and it may raise the price because they're generally more expensive. I'm curious, other than Power GPU, does anyone else do pre-builts with no GPUs? There's a few. Just this was the one that I remembered right off the top of my head. If that's preferred, yes, mention it in the request, and the team will let me know, and I'll purchase it. There you go. It's because we have, the real boss of Power GPU in the chat. Hi, Jesse. Oh my God, I forgot you can vinyl wrap. I'm gonna find a wrap. You're gonna vinyl wrap everything. Yeah, it's awesome to be able to do that. Now, one thing I would try to do here within the budget is go to the 14700K. And why is that? It's because in this generation, the i7 skewed far closer to the i9 than the previous generations, where it's kind of right between the i5 and the i9. It's $100, and you're going to go. You're getting a lot out of that, and I'm going to show you here. So here you have 6 P cores and 8 E cores, right? On the 14600K. On the 14700K, you're getting 8 P cores and 12 E cores. That's 8 performance cores, 12 efficiency cores. The number goes up for both. Before, it was 8 performance cores and 8 efficiency cores, meaning the difference between an i5 and an i7 was just 2 performance cores. Now, it is 2 performance cores plus 4 efficiency cores. So I'd select that. You're on the 1 terabyte here, and the power supply is also 750 watts. We cannot do that. So we're going to go with the A1000G probably, but you have a Vertex GX 1200. That's probably... I really like Seasonic. I really do. But we know this A1000G should be able to handle that i7 and 4090. Transient power spikes were vastly improved from 30 series to 40 series. So because we are bumping up against the budget now, and we should be able to get you 2 terabytes of storage for your primary drive. And you said you were willing to go a little over 4,000 before taxes and shipping and stuff. So yeah, there you go. So let's do that. We're going to give you the A1000G, and let's do the 2 terabyte KC3000. See the difference between 990 Pro. So this one is 7450 read, 6900 write for sequential. There's a difference there, but not a difference that you're going to see every day. And it's $20 difference in price, though. So I leave that up to you, but I really like that KC3000 personally, because you have equal speeds for read and write. I mean, if you're streaming and you're locally recording, stuff like that, having good write speeds is nice. It's not much difference in that write speeds, though. It's really, really close to the 990 Pro. Well, let's just do that. Let's do 990 Pro. So we're going to be $9 over four grand. Everything else is done, though. Everything else is good. The only thing is, You may need to drop it down to a 1 terabyte, and trust me, adding storage is super easy. And I'm going to have a video on how to do that very soon. We're basically going to be producing and publishing the first 4 episodes of Pre-Built Rebuilt within the next month. Well, the publication will be a month, after that. So we're going to be producing them within this month, or in the next 30 days, basically, and then they're going to start uploading then. But that's like, have I ever told you guys what phase 2 of Pre-Built Rebuilt is? Man, y'all have no idea how hyped this is going to get. Ooh, buddy. Oh, man. Anyway, there's your build. We're going to stick to this for now. You can change anything you want. The link takes you directly to this where you can change stuff up. Okay. Or it takes you to the list and you can edit it. So if you need to do anything, you can like put in if you want to spend a little more, you can go for the 1200 watt Seasonic power supply, right? 10-year warranty from Seasonic, by the way. Crazy. But the MPG A1000G is extremely highly rated right here. Gold rating, gold tier A rating from the PSU Cultist tier list. Okay. That doesn't get any higher than that. You don't need additional fans because this comes with 4 fans already. And you're getting 3 of them for the 360 AIO. That's going to go in the top there. You have all the fans you need. This is everything. There you go. The real boss is here. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Do whatever you think is better. That's what I do. That's all I do. I forgot to @ you on that. That's yours. Okay, so we're gonna go in here. Man, I love doing this. This is just my favorite thing to do. Oh no, it's not my favorite thing to do, but it's like definitely one of my favorite things about my job is being able to do this. I love it because the content helps a lot of people. I'm told constantly, people are like, hey, I bought my PC from watching your videos, but sometimes that's not enough. Sometimes you want that direct recommendation. Now, I have thought about what I did initially was I would be like, you know what? If you want a 30-minute consultation one-on-one, it was $50 because I knew other content creators doing like $250 for 30 minutes. And I'm like, no, it's this is fine. I don't like taking money from people that are already going to be spending a lot of money. Oop, is that the wrong one? Yeah, that's the right one. But, or like if they wanted more time, I basically like, okay, $75 for basically unlimited time for me to help you one-on-one. But I do decide whenever that time is up because it's like, this is a full recommendation. Here you go. You don't like have me all day or anything. I just don't really put a hard cap on it like that. And I've thought about doing that again because honestly, CES wrecked me. I'm pretty sure that the hotel we stayed at double charged me for something and they're being really cagey about it. So I'm like, cool, I didn't need money to live. That's cool. Thanks, guys. So I've been thinking about bringing something like that back. I just don't like taking money directly from you guys. I always get awkward whenever there's donos or sub gifts or anything like that. It always weirds me out. And that's why I like Operation Code Braethorn, because yes, it supports the channel, but by you guys saving money, not by giving up money. It means you save money and support the channel. And it's only with SIs that we trust, that have built up some kind of trust with us through some method, be it direct communication, results in SI testimonials, things like that. We don't just take anybody randomly and just be like, hey, you get a code because I want money. No, it's like whenever there's someone who says that they have an issue from an SI that I have a code with, I take that really seriously. But a lot of those times I'm like, have you contacted them yet? They're like, well, no. Contact them. What are you doing? Give them a chance to help you. That's how you know you get good service. That's when you get to really see what the service is going to be like. No. How did I know you were going to do that? I did not do that on purpose. Baby Power coming in with 10 gifted subs. Good Lord. Okay. Also, why are my alerts just never, ever working? Thank you, Lady Power. After me saying that I get awkward whenever someone gifts subs or donates, for immediately deciding to gift 10 subs. Thank you. You know, here, hold on. I got to do this right, the way I used to. Thank you, Lady Power, for gifting 10 subs to the community. That's a tier 1 sub for Lord Servo, Figment for Life, Ginger Me Timbers, Empower Gaming Computers. That's 2 SI people right there so far. Zick Gold. Hey, now you're stuck here. Gargantulacon, NASA Nerd, Irish Regent, One Leis, Gaming Dad 17. Welcome to the swarm. Let's go, nerds. Yeah, it was probably really hard to listen to. I'm sorry, but you know, thank you, appreciate it. What was I saying? Yeah, but that's why Operation Code Breathorn is, it's crucial. It is. It means that we're sort of building a list of SIs who've shown their trustworthiness, and their intention to do well by our community and all of their customers. Yeah. Yeah, but wait, what was this? When was this? That's weird. Anyway. Oxshot says you have a wonderful announcer voice. Thank you. If ever I have a condition where I lose my voice completely, that's half of my identity. It always has been. I used to do a lot of acting. I was a singer in a band for a long time. I did a lot of music stuff. I did musicals, things like that. And I used to have a thing that you could get with channel points on Twitch called Tenacious D Time, where you use channel points and I would have to sing 15 seconds of a Tenacious D song of my choice. And I've always had this thing where Jack Black, JB's one of my favorites. I can do all of their songs, basically, all the crazy stuff he does with his voice. So that gives you an idea of what I do. But if I ever lost my voice, that would be a sad day for me. Hey, thank you for the Prime sub, Battle Rat. Appreciate you. Welcome to the Swarm. Again, you're stuck here now. I have that saying in the back of my head. It's so addicting. I know, right? You can actually go back to early SI Weekly episodes and see where I did it for the first time. It was where I first started announcing what the episode was about in the beginning. So it was more of a hook, basically. Like, instead of just being like, hi guys, welcome to SI Weekly, it was like, on this episode of System Integrators Weekly. And at the end of that, I was just like, let's go, nerds. And I was just like, ooh, that was so organic. That just came out. What are we doing here? And after that, I just started doing it every time. And then it was a thing. And now we got these right here. It's awesome. Do you not like this case? 011 Dynamic Evo XL? Sure I do. Yeah. While we were looking at your build, you could have said that you like that case and let me know. But we went with the Be Quiet one. Reason is I like Be Quiet for that, because that option is there, and you don't see that. I haven't seen that one on many other SI's configurators. But there's a lot of them I haven't looked at for a while. You know, it's a newer case, and also Be Quiet generally has options that help reduce noise for streaming. It's nice, unless you have really good acoustic, unless you have a really good dynamic microphone like this one, that is really good with off-axis rejection. But there's a lot of reverberation here. But you just get really close to it, you speak right into it, and you don't get a lot of reverberation in the room. Unless you have a mic like that, if you have a condenser microphone, it picks up a lot of room noise. And your PC can definitely cause a lot of that. So, something to think about. But no, that's a great case. But the thing is, keep in mind, it does have XL in it. The Evo XL is huge. It's a very big case, and you have to move it around. You got to put it on your desk. You're not putting it on the floor, that's for sure. PC's off the floor, everybody. I'm not the only guy saying that. If you don't believe me, ask Paul. Paul's Hardware. They have the same mic. I wrapped it in purple, though. Sick. Well, this is aluminum. I was thinking about doing an at-home anodizing of it in purple. So you get the metallic sheen, the grain of the metal. I think this is aluminum. But it's actually not too hard to anodize aluminum, it turns out. They couldn't have picked a more descriptive company name. Wait, what? Who? Huh? What was I saying? Who's got the descriptive company name? Hello, I found your channel today. I just submitted the forum because I am interested in buying a pre-built PC, but I thought my display name was Jawboy, but I guess it's Zach. Well, maybe that's what your name is on Twitch. But what new GPU would you say is possible with a $1,300? Okay. You got to do the form. You can't just... And also, I already said earlier that was the last build for the night because I usually have a hard cutoff of midnight. It's now 12:01. Oh, be quiet. Yes, that's right. Yes. I mean, who else has a really descriptive name? You know the most descriptive thing I've ever named was System Integrators Weekly. Listen, I'm not bad at naming things all the time. I sometimes am. I was on that day, okay? But it is exactly what it sounds like, and it's usually weekly. It's about system integrators. Whenever someone's like, oh man, pre-built suck, like those Dell ones or those HP ones, and I'm like, that's why it's System Integrators Weekly, not Pre-Built Weekly, because I don't talk about OEMs. First off, they don't need me to help them. They get a lot of the sales in the market already, and they shouldn't, because they're using, a lot of them are using proprietary nonsense, or even if they're not, like HP's trying to do better about that, then they lock stuff down in the BIOS. It's stupid. I'm sorry. I get a little bit upset about OEM nonsense like that. And Dell is just unapologetically creating mountains of e-waste with every PC they sell, because it's not ATX compatible. It's not compatible with other cases. Their power supplies are proprietary. Their motherboards are proprietary. Their cases are proprietary. Their CPU coolers mount directly to the case through the motherboard. Yeah, my brain. So it's SI Weekly. But then again, I also named Pre-Built Rebuilt, and that's sick. It sounds great. I named RGB, and although it's not a searchable name, and I have to explain it all the time, it's hilarious for a little B character. Oh, no. Yeah, I actually was trying to set up a counter that you guys could add to over on Twitch for every time I rant, because I rant all the time. Hey, Braythorn, what are the in-ear monitors you're wearing? I've been looking for a pair when I do shows, concerts, like performing on stage. These are the Truthier Critical collaborations. I was recommended these, well, not directly, although I did meet him at LTX. But Bad Seed Tech. Bad Seed Tech had a great video going over a full sort of IEMs for every budget. And these are really nice. They're like 60 bucks, 60, 70 bucks. And I think they're dual driver IEMs. Look at the finish on these. Like that's my aesthetic, man, right there. There you go. Let me see if I can look them up real quick. Hold on. Well, you don't necessarily need custom ones. I'm just putting the link in both chats so you guys can see what I'm talking about. It's okay. You don't have to resubmit, Zach, but I was saying that we already did the last build for the night. My hard cutoff is usually midnight central, and we're past that now. So we didn't get to do as many as I wanted today, but also I'm tired from CES. I was actually wondering whether I should stream today, but I missed you guys. And I know I told you I'd be streaming today, so I was like, let's just do it. But yeah, this whole video here is great for any budget for IEMs. And also, Brian is freaking rad. He's so good at explaining things in a relatable manner. And he's straightforward and no BS, 100%. And his beard is amazing. So if you want stuff about peripherals, Bad Seed Tech is probably my #1 recommendation. Yeah, so they were the Truthier Critical Zeros. So it's a collaboration between Truthier and Critical. All right, take it easy, Poppy. We're going to be ending soon anyway. But yeah, CES has my sleep schedule all messed up too. Yeah, 100%. What is this? What is this command you're trying to just make happen? Forgotten Freshness. I guess I had to delete my thing that had all my specs because it still had like an old build in there and I didn't have the time. By the way, I made new panels. I actually made the images for those myself. Let me know what y'all think over on the Twitch side of things. But I made them in like 30 minutes. But anyways, I used Photoshop's generative AI to make the background for them. And it turned out pretty sick. Mr. Guillotine, I like Bad Seed Tech. I'm not even looking for most of the stuff he covers, but I watch anyway. Oh, yeah, he's awesome. What do you suggest for $3,000 budget? Darren Montalvo. I suggest you look in the description, click the first link in the description, and actually give me information that I can use to help you out properly. Because what I recommend for a $3,000 budget might be terrible for you. All I would be telling you is what I like, not what's proper for you. So if you're new here, which it seems, that's awesome. Welcome. But the way we do this, we don't just give random recommendations. We give recommendations that are tailored exactly to you. And I recommend you come back on Thursday when we're going to be streaming again at 8 p.m. Central Time so that you can, I mean, you might not be first, you might not be helped out during that stream, but you will be able to watch the thought process, watch the process of me making recommendations. So before I end, I do want to tell you guys a little bit more about Pre-Built Rebuilt and the future of the channel. I'm saving this. Most of the community isn't going to hear this because most of the community is not here, and that's okay. They don't always come to the streams. If the whole community came to the streams, we'd have thousands of people here, which would be cool. We should put the word out about that. But anyways, excuse me. I've mentioned Pre-Built Rebuilt before, and but what I've not really mentioned are that there are two phases to the whole plan of Pre-Built and Rebuilt. Just know that the name of the series is perfect for both phases, all right? So, the first phase, the goal is to... Actually, I have this. Let me read it off the doc. Yes, I made a doc for this, a Google Doc for this, all right? That's how serious I am about it. Okay, bringing up the doc here. So the goal of Pre-Built Rebuilt in phase 1, that's the how-to phase, all right? The goal is to show a detailed breakdown of the upgrade process step by step with basically individual videos for each, from the least complex one possible, like adding storage, right? Like, oops, I dropped something, but that's okay. Basically like, okay, I got one of these things. How the heck do I get it into computer? All right, I got you. That's a 4-minute video right there. Easy. Focused, really easy to watch, follow along, understand. And it's going to be how to install and remove a GPU. That could be upgrading it, or it could just be moving it so you can do other stuff. But how to do it properly. It's another 5-minute video. How to upgrade your RAM. That can be scary to do because pushing RAM into the motherboard feel kind of crunchy sometimes. You got to make sure you align it properly, but it takes some insertion force, and that's a little nerve-wracking. Well, calmly and with really good instructional B-roll behind me or whatever, teach you how to do that. And video after video after video, it starts to get more complex. How to upgrade your case fans, improve airflow, design your airflow, right? Then it's how to perform maintenance and do cable management. Because maybe you don't like the cable management that was there. Maybe you want to redo it. What kind of maintenance do I need to do on it? That's kind of a side thing because it's not really an upgrade, but you do need to know how to do it. How do I swap a PSU? Because my power supply was fine for this GPU, but I'm going from a 1660 Super to a 4080 Super. That needs a little bit more of the wattage, if you know what I mean. So, upgrade the CPU cooler. But wait, air cooler, AIO, can be a very different process. That's 2 separate videos. And then you throw in how to swap the CPU because you're kind of already there. All the way up, that it just keeps increasing in complexity all the way up to case migration. But throughout that whole process of me posting these videos in this playlist, this series, you've been taking little tiny steps and getting more and more comfortable with the idea of being just, shoulder deep in your very, important investment that is your PC. Okay? The whole point is to take to demystify the process of taking a pre-built that you've had for a few years and upgrading it and make it approachable and easy to do. That's phase one. Phase one. I don't know if I want to give away what phase two is yet. Because when you think about it, phase one, there's only so many things I can show you. It would end at some point. Well, I don't want that. Look, I was telling people, and this is with no boasting, okay, no hubris here, just me looking at it. When you hear about a series like that, I was telling people at CES, I'm like, if I am not at 100K on YouTube by the end of this year, I've done something wrong. I messed up, because this is the kind of series that is like, not just the pre-built audience might want something like this. Maybe someone who's doing DIY had help at one point. That help is no longer there. They want some instructional help. They want to refresh themselves. Maybe they've been building PCs for 10 years, but that was 10 years ago. So like they haven't messed with it for a while. They want refreshers. Whatever. It's a much more widespread appeal. And also, most of my viewers are not subscribed and won't ever subscribe if all I do is show you how to buy a pre-built. Because you buy one and you're good for years. Those of you who are here every stream and watch every video, bless you. You don't need to do that because you probably already have a pre-built PC and you're good for the next 5 years. But that's the problem, is the channel will never grow and really reach as many people as I want to help if I don't have something that's going to get more subscribers in, which is recognized by the algorithm. So this series is designed to change that. Because now I'm giving you guys more of a reason to stay. I've never done anything as instructional as this, as useful as this. My stuff has been useful and helpful, but to a certain point. And once you bought your PC, you're done, right? For a long time. You can come back in 5 years. Maybe I'll still be here and I'll help you with your next one. But no, the whole benefit of PC gaming and PCs in general, for whatever the use case is the fact that they're upgradable. And there are so many people out there who don't even need to buy a new pre-built. They're having one bottleneck that's making them think like their whole PC sucks. So part of the initial episode is me discussing how to decide what to upgrade and whether you even need to. If you bought your PC last year, forget about it. You don't need to upgrade. You probably don't need, unless you bought it at a lower budget and you're adding more use cases now. Like I just wanted it for gaming back then, but now I want to stream. Now I want to do this. Now I want to do that. Okay. The main thing is teaching people how to add storage and do it properly. That one's everybody's going to need to do that. Games are not getting any smaller. But phase two, I'll tell you, it's something that we can do forever. We can have episodes of that forever. And it's going to be the most fun and hype thing I have ever done. And it's going to be for you guys. You guys are the ones who are going to benefit from it the most. That's phase two. So stick around, get subscribed. If you're not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, that's where all the action is going to be at. But it is going to be the coolest thing I've ever done, that we've ever done, me and Cuddles. Although I'm probably going to have to bring in some editing help because he's already overworked and he has a full-time job and he's taking college classes. So we're probably going to have to bring in another editor to help out with this. Or I'm going to have to somehow not have chronic fatigue syndrome anymore and do it all myself. I don't know. But this is going to be produced over the next month, pretty much, for the first 4 episodes. Stick around, and the introductory episode as well. Stick around. You'll get to hear what the big surprise is for phase 2 in that introductory episode. I can't wait to tell you. I mean, I can, obviously, because I am. But it's going to be so freaking good. It's something I've been wanting to do for a long time. Let's put it that way. Dude, I'm looking forward to this series. Me too. And you know who else is looking forward to it? Asus, Deep Cool, MSI, all these companies that I talked to. There were a few that were like, let's see how it goes at first. And that's fine. Fantex is already emailing me about it. It's great because I need the hardware support for those episodes, the phase 1. And here's a little clue. Phase 2 cannot happen without hardware support. Next level hardware support. Let's put it that way. So if you're already invested in the channel, like you're here, you've been watching for a long time, that's about to pay off big time. But if you're not yet, if you're not sure, if you're on the fence, you're just like, hey, this guy's all right, you know, reflections off his head have thrown me off a little bit, but he's okay. Let's take some advice from Senku here. Get excited. All right, guys. I haven't really eaten anything today. I'm gonna go grab a bite to eat and call it a night. But keep an eye out for CES coverage coming out this week. He's sick, I'm exhausted, and we're just trying to get all that stuff together so we can start posting it. I wanted to post it during the event, it just wouldn't work out. But we're gonna have that start to come up late this week, and all throughout next week, you're gonna see a bunch of CES stuff, including a very fun video having to do with an SI that we haven't visited in a while, but they got it rough pretty much last time, and it's not gonna get any better. It's gonna be a fun video. Braithorn, you'd be a good comedian. I did stand up for a little bit. I was not very good at it. But when I did improv comedy, I was a lot better. I work better with a group when it comes to comedy. All right, guys. Oh, hey, Dean, thank you very much. Again, you did the first super chat, didn't you? Thank you for the $5 super chat. I appreciate that. Nice way to end the stream. And I hope you guys got you guys as excited as I am. Watch the CES coverage because you're going to see me talking to some people we're going to be working with. But you get to guess who it might be we're going to be working with the most. So yeah, keep an eye out for those videos. Please support them because they don't do as well as the SI coverage. So I'll see you guys on the next one on Thursday, 8 p.m. Central. And until then, take care.
Let's go, nerds!